Oh my god, first. That's exactly right. First already. That can't be right. This dashboard says I already have 44 viewers. That is wrong. That is showing old data. Let's see. That looks more right. There we go. Hey, Saxo. Hey, Waving. Hey, Angry Dude. Every time I turn on your videos, you go online. Come on. That's probably not a complete coincidence. That probably has to do with the fact that I just finished uploading a video. So, as soon as I finished, I started going live. So, not a complete coincidence at all there. In fact, actually quite intentional. I got a legendary, but it was Ornix, LOL. Ozrock, yeah, the elemental taunt. Hey, HVG. Hey, Mad Robot. Hey, Merkerp. You guys are all rolling in so quickly as always. Hey, Bob. Hey, Zero. Spirit Gamer. Joseph. MTG Eternal. Lauren. Wilson. Hey, guys. I can't believe my best friend is someone I always call Wilson. So the fact that Wilson over here is saying I'm your biggest fan is the most hilarious thing ever to me, Wilson Meyer. So I think I'm going to enjoy that for a very, very long time to come, just so you know. So I'm glad I got a Wilson here. That's great. You're Wilson number 2 for me, but... First time I'm catching a live, says Anthony Teakin. Awesome, dude. Welcome. Hope you have fun. If not, let me know. Hey, Solaris. Hey, Murdoch. Keep hoping to run into you on the ladder, Regis, but seems like we'll never play at the same times. Sorry, man. I know this can just get pinged, but it needs its turn at the very least, and means I might do something like coin out Animal Companion. By the way, guys, I'm just jumping right into ranked. I just want to get to rank 5, and then I want to do some Decksperiments, because as you can imagine, testing out decks is a little bit less fun when you're losing ranks consistently. So if we can get to rank 5, hit that rank floor, then I'll feel much better about goofing off with crazy decks as opposed to playing a halfway decent deck that I've been ranking up with consistently, which is this deck right here, which you'll see on the right side of the screen, because I already have the deck tracker loaded up, believe it or not. I'm just setting a rapid pace today. I think we got to deal with this. It's unfortunate that he killed that Huffer so easily, but that's a really scary thing to leave alive. Yeah, more face boop today. Zero says he's actually early. Well, welcome, man. Not too much going on. Just playing some ladder till we get to rank 5, and then we'll... Aha! Then we'll see what happens from there. We might just go ahead and Hyena Razor Maw here. It's a little bit risky, because it could still die to stuff, but, if we hit health, there's a chance it lives. I mean, alternatively, we could just, I guess, go wide with the Juggle and the 2 dudes. It dies to, like, Volcanic Potion or something, but let's just actually do this. This does some damage. It sets up for an even better Hyena next turn, perhaps. And a Timberwolf even, which would be sick. And we get actually some instant damage, too, which is, believe it or not, fairly important. Hey, Joe Legends. Welcome to Twitch, Zero. What experiment are you doing? I have a few things listed out. I actually have to remind myself because I'm not totally sure. But I have some stuff. I mean, I'm happy to take suggestions. I may not hit them today, but in the future. John Bosley, hello. Hey, Vanilla Gaming. Wilson Meyer says, dude, I love you. Oh, I love you too now. Jesus Solis says, Regis, love your streams. Do you think Raza, Kazakis, Lyra, Medivh, Valen, and Shadow Form deck could work? Definitely, man. I think that would be pretty cool, in fact. That sounds really awesome. So let's just go ahead and try to do this now. I mean, what does this get hit by? A lot of stuff, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna Razor Maw it and hopefully get, like, can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. That's my goal. And then it'll just get vaporized, I'm sure. Wind Fury would be insane if it worked, but I really do want to make sure that it lives as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and Divine Shield, just because it might increase the likelihood that it survives. He could still, like, ping Fireball, which, I mean, it sucks, but he's using a lot of resources, at least. I don't know. We're not off to the fastest start I've ever seen. I really wish. Yeah, that's exactly. Ping Frostbolt. No, that can't be a second Frostbolt.
Excuse me. You are
There's no way he's not gonna kill this one, right? No way. He just buffed it again. I don't really feel like I can abide by that play at all for him. I don't know. Just go ahead and try to keep it alive here. Put it back up to 6. I don't know. It's not getting to attack, which sucks, but... like, does he have the fireball now? He's looking for something. Looking for an answer. Shadow Word Death, probably, no doubt, knowing my luck. Or he just has fireball, too. That's fine. He's used a lot to deal with that, though. Thankfully for us. Unfortunately, we just don't have a ton to do back. I gotta go face. I'm not gonna kill that minion. We gotta win this game real fast now. We're out of cards, out of clock, so... Really wish that had gotten to attack, obviously, because he'd be dead, or at least Ice Block dead.
Aha!
Can't be Horse and Friends, Wilson. Sorry, I'm full, dude. The list is still just full. I wish I could. Let's see. It's going well, Lando. Going well, Waving It Fat. How are you guys doing today? This is the Facebook deck. Yeah, indeed it is. Doing well, Bruno. Thank you for asking. He thought it wouldn't freeze without popping Divine Shield, lol. Yeah, that may be. He might have just wanted to maximize the damage output as well. Man, that sucks. That's actually a decent top deck. Gives me something playable, hopefully like Savannah Highmane. Not Young Dragonhawk. I'll go ahead and play it now, just to eat a ping. I don't think both would die in case I do top deck like Kill Command or whatever, which would be the advantage. Just saving it is a Kill Command activator. But I think one will likely live since it's 2 ping targets, essentially. So we still got to pop this block and probably the next one at some point before we die. Thankfully, he's getting a little low on resources. I just don't know that we'll have the damage necessarily. This doesn't really help much. Probably play it just to stall a little bit here. Oh, Ice Barrier sucks. Yeah, I don't think we can win now. Basically, him having the answers via the... Scavenging Hyena probably put me out of this game. Waving It Fat to answer your question. Yep, that's right. How good is the meme OTK Molten Giant Paladin deck? Not very good, Jose Antonio, I don't think. Favorite card? Asks Montage Machine. Right now... I don't know. I like Crackling Razor Maw a lot in this deck. I'll say that. It's a really, really good card. What's a good replacement for Leroy in your deck? Anything that's instant damage. You could do a big charger. You could do... like Stranglethorn Tiger actually would be fine because it's sort of a charge effect because the stealth, right? It usually gets to attack. Takes a little longer, of course, but it's often unavoidable damage. It has some other benefits too with just a stealth beast synergy in this deck, of course. This is a potential way to win the game, actually, if we don't get it counterspelled or whatever. Probably won't be. It'll probably be mana bind. But I'm going to save it and let him play some more minions, and maybe this finds me lethal somehow. Have you tried the new Dragon Priest, my most successful deck from a girl? I haven't really tried it, but it does in fact look pretty good. So this is Ice Block lethal, actually, right? We got 3, 8, 10. Yeah, let's just 3, 8, 10. Well, that is if we don't get counterspelled, I guess. Or another, actually another barrier is possible too. Oh, I could have done this better. I could have done this better. It might actually matter. I didn't count it out, but theoretically we should have hero powered first and finished off with the wolves. I thought for some reason we were at exactly the right amount, but 2 is 2, most likely. It could matter. We goofed it a little, but thanks for another stream, says Esperanza. Always look forward to watching. Thanks so much, man. Regis, what advice do you have from going to rank 5 to Legend, stuck at 4 and can't seem to break through to 3? Just being consistent with the deck that you play, and oh, come on. That's no fun. We're probably just dead here. We probably should have saved this too, just in case we got something relevant. Probably could have saved it for Hounds or another Kill Command, but I think we're just dead. Yeah, we're dead. Super, super dead. Shouldn't have attacked face. I gotta attack face. I don't have enough burn to get through it without activating the barrier, guys. He was at 9 when I activated the ice barrier. We only have 2 kill commands. Like, and I mean, theoretically, we could have gotten to 10 if we top decked both, but we also have charging damage with Leroy and Hounds. So you can't just not attack face. That's half my damage is weapons, Leroy, and Hounds. Like, it's got to happen. We weren't gonna top. It's very unlikely we top deck exactly 2 kill commands before we top decked any of the other charging damage in the deck to activate the barrier. Tundra Rhino would be another good fit in this deck too, as somebody mentioned here in chat. Yeah, that's a good 5-drop suggestion. That'd be fine. Maybe not quite as fast as you'd like, but still can do some work certainly. If you're looking for substitutes, there's nothing wrong with that one. You stream every day? No, I don't, Adam. Sorry, dude. I know you say you're in love, but I don't. Don't get your hopes up. This is a bit of an exception, not a rule. I'm just the way my work schedule has worked out. The last few days, and perhaps even for the next couple weeks, is going to be convenient where I am able to stream a little bit more consistently. But don't count on that happening all the time, because I assure you it really won't. It's not going to be that consistent. I just don't think the Hyena looks very good here. Like, trading into that doesn't accomplish much. I'm just going to develop this minion. I also am going to save the coin in case I want to coin Houndmaster on this Crocolus next turn. He gets a value trade this way, but we can trade back and play the Animal Companion if we don't feel like coining. This gives me options, right? If he plays a higher health thing I'd like to deal with, if that gets plus 3 health, for instance, or something. I don't know. We'll just see. We got options this way. Poisonous. Okay. Man, Hounds would be pretty good already. Jeez. You know, double Hyena here is not actually that bad, is it? They both go to 3, so this would trade into 1, but that would buff the other to 4. I mean, he could kill it with Houndmaster trade. He could kill it with weapon trade. He could kill it with kill command right off the bat. But that does utilize almost his entire turn. We could follow up with an Animal Companion on 4 if we need to. I think I got to go for it. I think I got to take the gamble a little bit here because we're already so far behind on the board. I think we just have to hope it sticks. That one of these kind of sticks and goes crazy, right? Because he may not be able to kill the one once he kills the first one, right? Because they obviously buff each other, which I think is cool. Jarl Halden says, "Oh my god, I think it's the first time I've seen you live." Well, welcome, dude. You too, Patty Slappers. Thanks, guys. What cards can change that kindly grandmother if I don't have the adventures? Like, you know, Beastly Trog or something like that? Is that the name of it? Trog Beast Hunter? I don't know the name of the card. Trog Beast Hunter, I think is the name. Beastly Trog is definitely not the name. I know that. Really hoped we were getting a 1-drop here, but not quite. Huffer's not even ideal either. I don't have a great turn 5 either. I mean, we got a ton of damage though. This is just real scary. Oh my goodness. I don't think I kill it though. I think we have to just go face. Honestly. We have... I want this to be Huffer now. Please be Huffer. Always Leok, dude. Always Leok. Just gonna Hero Power. This is a 10 damage turn 8, and he's probably gonna kill this or play High Main or something. Animal Companion. That wastes the Rhino, so I don't care about that. This might help the Rhino though. Yeah, that helped a lot. Jeez, I don't know if we can win now. We can try to race somehow, but we need like Unleash the Hounds exactly. Unleash the Hounds puts me in the game. I guess Grandmother sorta does because I can taunt it and buys me maybe a turn just to get to the mana for this. But what if I just do something like Grandmother Hero Power Wolf? Do I live? 8, 10, 12, 14. I probably don't live, but he either, if he doesn't kill these, we might be able to figure something out. Like if he leaves a beast on board, we could do like 10 plus 12. Plus the 2 we do this turn would be 13. So I just don't think I'd have enough. And we wouldn't even have the mana for 12 yet. So I just don't think there's an out here. I think we lose. I think that turn where he swapped with the Poisonous was actually just a really big turn. We never quite caught up. Going well, iMan 3132, thanks for asking. Terrheart 24/9 says, first time ever catching stream. Finally, I was actually just laddering with this deck as well, 5 and 3 so far. Sounds awesome, man. Hey Regis, why did you stop using the legend card back? I actually have historically tended more towards this classic card back, the basic card back, than legend. I don't know why. I think I was using legend for a while because so many people had asked me if I had been hitting legend. I got annoyed by it, so I just went to the card back and was like, yes. But I'm back. This is sort of my hipster card back. I ultimately like this one better. Mysterious C says, I only play... Oh man, leaving this alive, oh my gosh. Almost gives me an out, but the double taunt just really, really hurts. So I'm just at, I think. I have to kill 3 minions, and I actually can kill 3 minions here. I'm not technically dead. I have to kill... I think the Rhino actually does more damage than the Iron Fur Grizzly. So I need to kill the Rhino, the Huffer, and the Misha here. I mean, I'm still going to lose the game. Like, once I do this, there's no route to victory. But I can technically stay alive. Which is the best kind of alive. I mean, if we'd had a cheap beast, like I said, we could have done 10 that turn. We're just dead anyway. Cool. Well, yeah, he had a good turn too. We can't beat that. Anyway, the Mysterious Sea says, I only play with my homebrew Murloc Priest. I haven't gone past rank 17 with it yet. But it's all about time invested. If I had 2 hours more a month, I'd be able to hit Legend easily. You do hear those kinds of arguments a lot on Reddit and so on and so forth. I do hear those. Technically alive, the best kind of alive. I do, in fact, say that quite a bit. My favorite card back is the Samsung Galaxy card back. That is a pretty nice looking card back, actually. I don't think face hunters really run crawlers or crabs. That's more for mid-range. That's absolutely right, Ethereal G. They're just too slow. They're more counteractive and more about countering other people than applying your own pressure. And in this particular deck, face hunter wants to apply pressure as far as I'm concerned. Veritas says, hey Regis, love your stream. Thanks, man. Appreciate the kind words. Daniel Comuves says, hey Regis, I absolutely adore your videos. I've been wondering if you could make up a budget quest mage deck. I guess it's a good topic. It would make a good video, I guess. Have a nice time. The only problem with that for me is that I don't really consider anything that includes a legendary a budget deck. I mean, legendaries are expensive, so I can't make a budget deck for like every legendary if that happens to be the legendary you got. That's just too many decks for me to do videos on. So I like the idea, but I don't think that one's going to be in my future, at least right now when I have a pretty limited time frame for videos. Once again, we got off to a worse start than our opponent, despite being a more aggressive deck, which is pretty unfortunate. These guys are hitting really nice alley cats into Razor Mauls, which is like the best open. Why are we playing so many hunters, too? It's the same guy. That makes a little more sense. I think I have to play the double one-drops here and just trade to take as much stats off the board, develop as many stats as I can, and hope we figure something out with like Hounds or Hyena next turn. We're not necessarily losing yet, but I don't love our position. Let's go ahead and play the Macaw first to get some additional data before making our decision in case we got like an alley cat or a one-drop that developed a little more contention with the board, because this guy kills that pretty easily, as you can probably tell. I think he should trade into here first, and then depending on how this pings, maybe make another decision after that. It's a pretty good 3-drop. Pretty good 3-drop. Hounds might be really good for me here, depending on how he trades. Yeah, Hounds is really good. Hounds clears the board. Which, I mean, it gives him initiative back, but I think I have to go ahead and resolve it, right? I can't just Eaglehorn Bow. It's a pretty big swing turn. I mean, I wish I was ahead on the board. Like, I wish I had an additional mana to play Fiery Bat or something of the sort. But Eaglehorn can probably actually help me stabilize. And I think he's going to whiff his turn 4. I think he's going to play a Dead Houndmaster. Yeah, exactly. So we can Eaglehorn the Houndmaster to get back on the board. Knuckles on 5 is actually pretty sick, too. Like, this... Oh, did I just accidentally hit face? I did not mean to. I was playing so fast. I meant to hit minion. Oh, no. That's not good. It doesn't actually hurt that much, probably. He gets a value trade out of it, though, which sucks. Maybe. Yeah, it didn't actually hurt much. this same thing would have occurred. But the guy just straight up misclicked. I just clicked so fast that I missed the minion. Yeah, I think I'll just play Knuckles down. Gonna kill this for sure to protect the Knuckles. This guy's insanely valuable for trading and damage, of course. Yeah, guys, don't misclick. Don't play too fast. My mouse pad is just too fluid. It just shot up instead of hitting what I wanted to. Am I late? What have I missed? Not much, Kevin Q. We just rank it up until I get to 5, and then I'll do some Decksperiments. I just want to make sure I hit the right rank before we start tanking ranks. Although so far we're already just tanking ranks, so maybe it won't make a difference. That's pretty intimidating, actually. Thankfully, Kill Command will just kill it, and we can start swinging this board back in our favor here. Maybe we'll just actually Hyena, Alley Cat, Kill Command. I was going to Eagle Horn Bow, but I don't really see a point to at this point. So we can just Kill Command here. Trade here. First we want a Hyena. Oops, almost forgot. Actually, first I'm going to do this, because I know I want to make that trade. And then we'll do this, just in case it pings off the little guy. Makes it more likely that we hit the ping here. Still lift. It's okay. So, I mean, we could be dead. But we probably need to win the game next turn, too, which we might be able to. We have, I think we can ignore that. I think we have to win the game regardless here. Let's see what we can do. So each of these is actually worth an additional damage when they die. So trading them in is worth more than just keeping them alive. So we have, this is +2/+2. That's 4, 7. +4 is 11, 14, 16 damage. So we do not have lethal. We have to try to kill this. I had to kill that just to play around Houndmaster and Kill Command. Kill Command kills me anyway, I guess. But Houndmaster exactly would have gave that 3, and the weapon or the hero power would have given 5. So we're probably dead. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that kills me, but if it's mid range, he might have like high main, random minion, right? Oh, Hounds kills me. That's sad news. Sad news, Bears. Sad news, Bears. I like that. That's an alternative there. Why is he... Come on, dude. We know the outcome. I'm not going to concede. Give me a break. I think you can spot lethal. Hollow Apox says, what's up? My pack sucked, but then I got lucky and got a golden legend and 4 other legends out of 40 packs. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. It's amazing. I'm really frustrated, like, losing to this guy twice in a row when our deck should actually beat him. He just got the better turn 2 every time, and it was hard for us to come back from that point. I really thought we'd have it. That Wind Fury on the dude hurt a lot. The misclick maybe hurt a lot. I'm not really sure. I don't necessarily think it did. It probably didn't actually matter that much. We took a little bit of extra damage, but we also did more damage, so it's kind of what the same thing would have happened, just opposite if we'd done it the other way, so I don't know. Tierheart says, I ran a slightly upgraded version of Regis's Budget Elemental, and it runs great. That's awesome, dude. What is your thought on the random Tavern Brawls this week? Is that what the Tavern Brawl is? Just random? I haven't seen it yet. Does it come out today? Is today Wednesday? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Do you have ideas for Decksperiments yet? I do have a lot, but I'm always happy to take more. If you guys have cool suggestions for Decksperiments, definitely pass them my way. Bruno says, hey, Regis, can you bless my packs? Definitely, man. Your packs have hereby been blessed. Go out there and get some legendaries. What does Facebook do that Pirate Warrior doesn't dodge as Galaka Crawler? That's true. It's also just not Pirate Warrior, which I think is worth some bonus points in and of itself, isn't it? Like, I don't know. What's your opinion on Fested Wolf instead of Rat Pack? I think somebody already mentioned it in chat, but I think it's just a tad too slow. I actually think Rat Pack is maybe too slow in this deck, too. If I'm going to cut anything, I think it'd be Rat Pack. For Vicious Fledgling, I actually think that's a fairly good change that needs to be made. I'm already going to lose this game, because we got the bad 1-drop. We don't have a good 2-drop to hit. We got to play the Juggler on curve, but we're already behind. I think actually after this game, I'm going to cut the Rat Pack for Vicious Fledglings. They're just more scary, more threatening. My favorite streamer, how's it going? Says Mighty Hammer. It's going really well, dude. Thanks for asking. Have you chosen today's deck experiment already? No, not necessarily. I have some ideas. I think I have the first experiment. We gotta get to rank 5 first, though, guys, so I don't know. Terry Bolt says, Regis, you are the best. Thanks, man. Do you have Dinomancy in this deck? No, Dinomancy's way too slow for this deck as far as I'm concerned. What just happened, guys? I looked away from chat for a mere second, and we got, like, Miracle Priested somehow. What happened? I think it's guaranteed we'll play this. I don't know that there's a better 2-drop in the world. But just in case, we'll see what happens. I probably would have preferred those go face. I mean, this might get interfired or something. Should be pretty scary, but I think we want face damage. I think we have to race if it gets interfired. I don't think we're going to kill it, so. Looks like we're going to get Potion of Madness trade here. No, maybe not. Yeah, we are. It sucks. It's so brutal. So brutal. Like, we can't win against that. I just don't have the mechanisms to win in that trade. Just going blind face. The game is over. We can't win. He negates our hero power with his. He has a better board. I just don't see a path to victory here. Maybe Dirty Rat that pulls out a charged Devilsaur wins me the game somehow. This is an interfire turn. Yeah. Like I said, we have to race, but we just can't win the race. He's got 13. To somehow kill him next turn, I actually have almost enough. 7 plus 6 is 13. Like, we almost have enough. But we don't have enough mana for the hero power. If we had one more mana, there's actually a chance we could win the game. He's going to trade, though, so that takes out a lot of damage, too. And this thing is going to do lethal over 2 turns, so what can I do? That doesn't help. We're dead, so let's just play it out. Damn, that beard is sexy. No homo. Thanks, game dude. Rocks. Regis Kilman, did you check the deck I sent you yesterday, that Jade Shaman? What did you think about it? I saw it, but I haven't really taken a good time to look at it yet. I've been incredibly busy, as you might imagine. But I'll be sure to take a look. Just be sure to keep asking me. I've had wins with 32-19 Bloodfin Raptors, and I love it. How did you get a 32-19 Bloodfin Raptor? I'm not even sure what that means. I'm going to change the deck list here. I'm not happy that we lost so many games in a row. That's more games than I've lost with this deck total, I think, from rank like 16 to now. I want Vicious Fledglings. I'm not 100% sure it's the right change, but I think it's going to be better. I think it's just such a threatening minion when we already have stuff like Hyenas that are so threatening that my opponent will be sort of out of gas. By the time they remove like the Hyenas and then try to deal with the Fledglings, I think they're just going to be out of mechanisms to do it. So it gives us sort of a second threat. I see you running tracking. Is this because it's more of an aggro version of the mid-range hunter and it's Leroy Jenkins good in mid-range hunter? I don't think Leroy's good in mid-range hunter, but yeah, this is a face hunter and that's exactly why tracking's here. It helps you find damage in the late game if you need it. Or it just flattens out your curve sometimes in the early game too. Might actually keep the Fledgling here. Priest doesn't always have a good answer. I guess Shadow Word Pain. But if we curve out nicely, we might be okay for playing it. We just need to dodge another Northshire Cleric, I guess. Where did all these priests come from, by the way? This is a great curve. I mean, you can't get better than this. We have the flexibility if this dies to coin a 3-drop, and if not, then we can just go ahead and Razor Ball it, probably. We didn't get the Northshire, by the way, which is sick. Hopefully just Hero Powers. Yeah, nice. It's a dream. Could I just go ahead and coin the Fledgling? Or should I just hit the Razor Maw? I guess we'll just hit the Razor Maw. One of these might take the Shadow Word Pain bait. Definitely this one. Just pump that damage out. It's great news. Might coin Hyena Juggler, depending on how we want to trade this next turn. If this gets buffed a little bit to 4. Oh my god. That is not something you see every day. Let's try it and see if it sticks here. Got some good plays coming up too. Oh, we can just ignore that. We don't care about that. Let's see what happens here first. Never get Wind Fury when I want it, man. Never. I tell you what. This would help sometimes against Pain, but since we we can just trade into it anyway, the health will help perhaps keep it alive against the trade. So let's just try Rocky Carapace right now. We could kill that, but I have so much damage. I'm just going for it. Let's go ahead and juggle and then coin Animal Companion. The juggle actually gives him ammunition with like Potion of Madness and stuff, though. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to Animal Companion. See what we roll. Coin Hero Power might actually just be worth it. We'll have 5 mana again next turn, and we have a lot of 3s and 2s. I'm just going to coin the Hero Power for damage. It looks silly, I guess, sometimes, but every point as fast as possible matters, and I can do a lot next turn anyway, so. Knowing that we rolled the taunt, I might have rolled this differently. I might have rolled it can't be targeted. But, we kind of had to make it... We were going to have a random event occur in either case, so we kind of had to see what came first, right? We got to hit Wind Fury on this bad boy. It's GG, I think, if we hit Wind Fury. It might be anyway. We're real close to lethal. Wind Fury here would be nuts, though, as always. I never get Wind Fury on this guy, ever. I hate it. Gonna go ahead and do this. Because he doesn't have a taunt out right now, right? And he might later, so there's some advantages to trying to push this through now. Developing minions has advantages too, but perhaps we should have Animal Companion in case it was Huffer. Cool that it didn't actually matter at all. Yay. So Fledgling was actually a great addition. Rat Pack would have been useless there. Fledgling was actually sick, so... Happy I made that change already, even though we didn't high roll on the Wind Fury either time. You can see how impactful that can be regardless, just getting that giant scary dude out there. It's discouraging. Man, there's a lot of chat today, guys. I'm having trouble keeping up with everything. You guys are chatting amongst yourselves, though, which is awesome. You don't even need me anymore. You don't even need me. I'm just here as the dancing monkey to provide entertainment, provide background noise while you guys talk to each other. It's so sweet. Let's see. What's the number of arena runs that makes it worth it, says Tay33. I would say something like 4 as far... If you're talking about, like, should you buy a pack or should you buy an arena run? Like, 3 to 4 runs, probably. 7 is where it really starts to be worth it because, of course, you pay for your run and it's essentially free. Good deck to get to rank 10. Ask some dude I suck and being free-to-play player does not help. I would suggest, like, Mid-Range Hunter. It's a pretty cheap, higher-tier deck that can definitely get you to rank 10. Regis is just the host for us to chat. Hey, it's a good life. I'll take it. Be fine with me. Yeah, this gives me the most damage. We'll go for it. I don't... This might be Warrior that just mulliganed the quest. Might be like a Tempo Warrior. Might be... I don't think it's Pirates, obviously, because... What?! I'm wrong. It's Pirates. Okay. Man, how do I want to do this? Like, that kind of needs to die. Like, Leok and Huffer are high rolls here that would kill this. There's a chance. I could just take a chance that it dies to the ping, right? And play like Hyena Macaw and take the 50-50. This would go to 3 health, though, is the problem. So if it missed, that this would just get to trade into my super valuable Hyena, which would be really, really sad. I think since Misha's a decent roll and Leok's a decent roll, and frankly Huffer is an okay roll too, perhaps we just go for the Animal Companion here. Huffer's probably my least favorite of these rolls, but it's still okay. We'll just play the Macaw too. It's actually pretty intriguing. So now we have two guys out that can each buff our heinous like 4 health, which might be a pretty sick turn 4. We'll just see what he does here. Hopefully we can kill something meaningful with both of these minions and don't just have to sacrifice them for nothing. That's actually hard to kill, given my hand. I think I'm still going to do this and just sacrifice the macaw here. Man, although if this ping hit again, it would just be so insanely sick. It'd just be so good. I could just straight up kill command it and kill it, but I just don't want to waste the mana. You know, my board's not that good. And since, you know, these do work really well together, they do some cool interactions. Let's see what happens with this ping, guys. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. Ping it up. Yes. Oh, that's a concede, I think. That has to be a concede, right? Like, how do you not concede against 2 6/4s on turn 4? Oh, that 50-50 roll. He might actually just be dead next turn. We have 7 in hand, 19, so he's not quite dead, but close to it. And there could be a third hyena and a vicious fledgling. Like, what do you remove at that point, right? What do you remove when you have that much cool stuff on board? Going for the 50-50, says Ethereal G. That's right. What about Hydra in the Hunter deck? It's not a terrible suggestion, actually. I kind of like the idea. But I think I like more instant damage than Hydra provides. But it's still a good thought. Regis, what's your favorite TV series at the moment? At the moment. Gosh. I always have trouble thinking of stuff like this on the spot. Like, it's not like it's a crazy hard question or anything. It's just your brain can't quite think through things that quickly. What's my favorite TV series at the moment? Like, I'm trying to think of, like, new series that I really enjoyed. Gosh, what do I even watch lately? I watch a fair amount of TV. Like, it's mostly driven by my girlfriend's choices, because she cares more about it than I do, and I'm usually playing Hearthstone on my phone. But still, there's gotta be something. Right now what we're doing is just watching old episodes of The Office on Netflix, like just watching through the series again. So I guess technically today that's my favorite, because I do love The Office and loved The Office when it was there, when it was due. I don't know, man. It's like the lamest thing to just not have an answer to stupid, easy questions like that, but for some reason it's just challenging to think of that. What's your opinion on Blood Knight as a tech card in its general state within the current meta? Keep up the videos and the beard, and greetings from the one and only Hansa City, Hamburg. Hansa City. I don't really know that Blood Knight's very good in the current meta. Is there enough stuff out there to really make it worth it? Let's just kill the Murlocs, guys. Let's just kill the Murlocs. Get 2/3/2s out. We gotta keep Murlocs off the board, I think. What's a good deck for pushing to rank 10? If you're looking at a budget, Pirate Hunter, or God, Pirate Warrior and Mid-Range Hunter are both pretty good options. Hey Regis, do you want to be a millionaire? Asks HVG3. Of course. Like, what? Of course I want to be a millionaire. What kind of silly question is that? Of course, of course. It's not the most important thing in my life, but definitely want to be a millionaire. I think that's going to be Noble Sack. So let's trade first here to keep this alive. Oh, never mind. Never mind then. This plays a little bit into Consecration, but if he does conk, we can just buff the Crackling Razor Maul with Houndmaster if we want, or maybe even just develop the Fledgling. That'd be bad against True Silver on 5, but at least he would float a mana if he True Silvered on 5. Does not have the Consecration, so we'll probably just go all in on this Houndmaster and go insane to his face at this point. I don't even know if we need to trade anymore. We could Fledgling Alley Cat and clear the board just to get this Fledgling out. I think it's really bad against True Silver Champion, but that might be too late for him to even do anything significant with True Silver. Can trade here to keep this alive as well. Maybe we just do trade just to keep things in check, just to be careful. This is another instance where Consecration's really bad, but it keeps a Vicious Fledgling alive. So well, let's just go wide and win on the fledgling if he does somehow Consecration. But he didn't do it before, so unless it's exactly that top card, I don't think it's likely to see it. Oh, that's a weak start to a turn right there when I have this insane of a board. Oh my god. How do you handle this? Goodness gracious. Test for Noble Sack or other stuff. Oh god. He's falling apart right now. This is sad. Wind Fury? I never get Wind Fury. Ever. I'm not even gonna bother killing that. I'm just going face. How do we lose? I don't exactly a quality Consecration, I guess, maybe. I don't even think that's enough. I guess it would be pretty good, but that was a good curve. Pretty good curve. Well, we're back to where we started. Vicious Fledgling has been clutch. Way better than Rat Pack. So much better. I love it. Opinions on Miracle Rogue and Unguro. It's good, but it's not great. I thought it was going to be better than it is. Rogue is like, it seemed really good at first, and it's kind of petered out a little bit. Hey, Regis, happy to catch another stream, says Forast. Well, welcome, man. I'm happy to have you here, too. Mike B says, I declare bankruptcy. Definitely one of the best office moments. Really, really good. That guy Hydra says, hey, we just recently started a North American free-to-play alt in which I got Hogger, Awaken the Makers, and Jungle Giants consecutively. On my main, I only have Hunter and Duped Mage. Feels bad, man. Isn't it the worst when you start alternate accounts and you get better legendaries out of your packs than from your main account? That's always the worst feeling. I'm sorry to hear that, man, but hopefully your luck will also turn. Oh, Rick and Morty is actually my favorite show, Waving at Fat. Yes, you primed me with Rick and Morty. I think Rick and Morty is probably my favorite show right now. I wasn't thinking about it, but it's just so incredibly good. As, you know, I know that's, at this point, a cliched thing to say, because everybody on Earth loves Rick and Morty so much, but that's because it's so good. There's no shame in liking a really good show like that, just because everybody else does. Roxy asks, what's your favorite card from Unguro? Right now, Vicious Fledgling, I think. Changes every day, probably. But it seems crazy good, which I did not think would be the case. I actually still like the Mage quest overall, though. Like, I never really tried to do the OTK stuff. I just like it from a design standpoint. I think it's really cool. Actually, they patched Vicious Fledgling, so it only gets Wind Fury if you play it against Crip in Arena. For some reason, I believe that to be true. That makes a lot of sense to me. I know Stampede is like kind of intriguing, but it always fails when I try it, and I don't think Grievous Bite's going to be important. I think Arcane Shot's actually just the most damage here, so I'm going to take it. People are going to be bored by that, I'm sure, but I think it's just the most consistent play. He's going to think more about this Juggler probably than this Beast, but I actually care more about this Beast because I can Houndmaster it, which I think is really, really promising. What's up, Regis? Crafted, Raza, and Elise Trailblazer having a ton of fun with my N'Zoth Wild Priest deck. That sounds cool, dude. Congrats on the crafts, and 2 great cards I think you're going to enjoy a lot. That's cool. How good is Swamp King Dread and Mid-Range Hunter? I'm thinking about using it. I've heard some people say it's mildly successful. I don't have a lot of experience myself, so I can't say with any certainty, but I think people like it, so you might definitely enjoy it. Let's see here. I'm so far behind on so many chats, guys. Please don't take personal offense if I can't get to your chats. I'm trying. There's just so much stuff to keep up with while also playing the game. I understand now why people have so much trouble interacting all the time. Picking out highlights here and there. If you got something really important you want to say, don't be afraid to say it a few times, or definitely use like @RegisKilbin to tag my name in chat so it's called out. That's another good way. And frankly, not to sell out, but using either like Super Chat or a donation message is the definite way to get me to see it. But of course, you don't have to do that. I'll try to find you anyway. Like I said, he's going to focus more on the Juggler, which I think is the wrong play, because this is the Beast. Do we want to go ahead and Houndmaster, like... Unleash is going to get better later, but we could do something like Arcane Shot, Eagle Horn, trade, like get the 3/3 to the face, clear the board of minions, and still have a minion on board and develop a bow to attack next turn, so that we could do something like Houndmaster Alley Cat next turn too. Because right now, like, the Houndmaster just sends a 5-attack minion into a 1-attack minion, and I don't think that feels very good. And Unleash the Hounds, although okay, actually is not as strong as it could be against a Quest Rogue who tends to play a lot of small minions later. So I think, as ugly as this might feel, the fact that he can't kill this Chittering Tunneler means that it's probably going to be alive for the Houndmaster next turn. So we can, like, Macaw, Houndmaster, Alley Cat, Houndmaster, just gives me more flexibility. Plus, developing the weapon means I can kill some stuff if I need to. So ultimately, I like this play. Shouldn't have taught you guys how to do the @Regis kill, but now everybody's just going to do it always. But it does actually help me kind of siphon through the stuff that's meant to be targeted at me and the stuff that's just, you know, you guys talking amongst yourself. So it definitely still helps in either case. This is still annoying. I'll have to weapon it just to get some damage to the face, I think. Do we want a Macaw or Alley Cat? I guess we'll just Alley Cat for consistency's sake here. Especially since it looks like he's going to keep playing that Bilefin. And these trade pretty nicely into that, so. Or Hounds, too. We might actually just Hounds. Imagine if we got a Hyena here. Would be so sick. But he's down to 17 already. If he wants to keep using that weapon, it's going to hurt him even more. So I think we're in a really, really, really good spot here. What's a change for Leroy Jenkins? Tundra Rhino would be fine. Stranglethorn Tiger would be good. Even like Reckless Rocketeer would fit okay. So those are probably my 3 best recommendations if you don't have Leroy here. But of course, Leroy's a good card to craft too someday if you're trying to save up dust. Is it still worth it to go for a Dragon Priest? Yeah, I think you can still get some good results out of Dragon Priest, man. Let's see what Animal Companion we roll. That might affect whether or not I unleash the Hounds here. Ooh, 7, 9. This is 12. But Unleash the Hounds is also a ton of damage. So I could, like, kill the best minion here. Because right now I don't have the room for that. Like, Unleash the Hounds... Well, it doesn't really help, though, does it? I guess I'll just bow. We can Unleash the Hounds later. Unleash the Hounds gives me 4 damage. It's still not lethal, right? It's 7, 9, plus 4. It's not enough. I'm going to kill this one, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I killed this one, actually. Just because I don't want to get more stuff frozen. Maybe I just go face. Screw it. The hero power will win me the game eventually, so let's just go face. He can't kill all this stuff anyway. I think we're fine. My eye is itching today, guys, by the way. Sorry. Sorry to be poking at my eye so much. Opinions on Miracle Priest? Ton of fun. Not sure it's super competitive. Glad I found the stream. You're my favorite Hearthstone YouTuber. Glad to be part of the family. Also, blesseth my packsith. Sure, man. Your packs have hereby been blessed, and thank you so much for the kind words. I'm doing well, Oscar. Thank you for asking. Have you tried Umbra? Not really a lot yet, Ewan. I'm curious to see what she can do, though. What hero are you going to use for the Decksperiment? I think I'm going to try a... I think I'm going to try Druid. I think we're going to do a Druid, maybe. So do I have Lethal anyhow yet? Unleash the Hounds plus Houndmaster is too much mana, so I can't do that. Unleash the Hounds hero power is only 3 damage. Can't do that. We could Tunneler for Kill Command. That wouldn't do it. So I guess we just play for board here. We could try to hit lethal with the Jeweled Macaw, but that's not going to do it. I just want to use the hero power to be totally safe. So that's 2. That leaves me with like 5 mana. So we could just like Tabby Cat here, Houndmaster. And we'll use the cute cat to trigger you guys. If we're going to do that, though, we might as well Macaw. It's a pretty good vanish. I mean, that kept him alive, but how does he win from here, right? Even if you develop the quest, I just don't think he has enough damage in hand or mana in hand right now. Like, he can finish the quest, obviously, though. Or, well, not obviously. Does he have a Bilefin left? He may not have one left. I'm not sure where we landed on that. Ethereal G, are you going to play any more Wild? More streamers and pros are playing it these days because of the upcoming tournament and Blizzard's wanting to support the format more. Yeah, they are, and I think that's awesome. I think Blizzard's finally throw on some stuff Wild's way, which is cool. I don't know that I'm going to make the transition, maybe even for the reason that you say it is because so many people are already kind of taking care of that I don't feel quite as compelled to do so anymore. Merc Gamer says, I realized recently you can craft the Wild solo adventure, so I crafted the dragons from Blackrock Mountain, and I hit Legend in Wild with Dragon, Reno Priest. I feel so dirty. Why would you feel dirty? That sounds like an awesome deck. I think that's really cool that you did that. Don't feel dirty. Phoenix52, so are you partnered with Kathy Lee or Kelly Ripa? LOL. I love it, dude. Good question. For those of you who don't know, that's a Regis Philbin reference, of course, who inspired my name here. I think my girlfriend has a nickname which is Kathy Lethal. So Regis Kilbin and Kathy Lethal, which I think is the funniest thing in history. So there you go. I think that's your answer. It's Kathy Lee for me. Back for my third stream, says JM. Welcome, man. Mike B says you should do a stream with Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan. Call it The Beauty, the Beast, and the Gap. Michael Strahan's awesome, isn't he? He did really well on that show. I think he's done now. But what a cool dude. Both in the NFL and on TV. Humbler of Mortals, do you think Swamp King Dread would be better if he attacked everything on the board, instead acting kind of like a good AoE for tad slower Hunter decks? I feel like that might just be overpowered. Like, that'd be cool. But, maybe it wouldn't be overpowered, just like instant trade. So like when you play him, he attacks everything on the board until he dies. Maybe like from left to right. That would be a cool interaction. I mean, I think that's a really big change. That would never happen, but that's a good idea. That'd be cool to see on a future card, maybe. Maybe like a smaller card, or a card with like one attack and a bunch of health, or something like that. That'd be really neat. Everyone's using @Regis Kilbin. Yeah. I taught chat how to do something I shouldn't have. I kind of ruined it. Thoughts on the possibility of an Ultrasaur OTK deck? I don't think you could do an OTK deck. I think you could maybe do a 2-turn kill deck. If there's a possibility for a 1-turn kill, I haven't thought about it yet. But it's a cool idea. Is this going to be a long stream? I got to bounce to my networking class in like 10 minutes. Probably fairly long. Probably 2 more hours. I want to go 3.5 hours total, so something around there. Opinions on Silverhand Paladin. I haven't seen that yet in Standard. I heard it's pretty good in Wild, but I don't know much about the deck. So, Phoenix asks, since you write for Tempo Storm, is Reynad your boss, or are you considered an independent contractor that Tempo works with? The latter, independent contractor. Just it's not my full-time job or anything at all. I have a real job outside of that. And I'm really not writing for Tempo Storm as much anymore. I have the opportunity to. I can still submit articles and stuff, but I've been way too busy doing this instead and making videos. And frankly, it became more lucrative to do Regis. Plus, of course, that's building my own brand. I'm a big Tempo Storm fan regardless, but just worked out better going this route. Humbler Merle says, followed your advice, crafted 30 Ultrasaurs, put them in one deck, hit the play button, and hit Legend instantly. It's a hack, dude. Don't teach chat that. Legend ranks are going to be full, dude. Full of Ultrasaur spammers. Why are you running Direwolf Alpha over the 1-mana 1/1 that gives all your beasts 1 attack? Well, oh my gosh, this hand is just garbage. Absolute garbage. Just absolute garbage. Well, to answer that question, can you tell me how much health Direwolf Alpha has? It's got 2, and I think that's an important distinction. Like, that's probably not a bad card, granted, because there's, it's more flexible as far as mana is concerned. But we do have minions in the deck that aren't beasts, right? So Direwolf Alpha can hit other stuff too. Plus, I think it's just a little sturdier, which is nice. I have 0 ways to win this game right now. This game is just completely over. What happens if I roll this to +5? It still just dies for free. There's just no way to win this game. We might as well concede. Incredible start by him for what we had, and we just had a really awkward curve. Situational stuff like these, no good 1-drop, we're just dead. He's got this incredible threat on the board, just nothing that I can do at all. Sad. Do you work out? No, Luca. You should maybe be able to tell by looking at me, but I definitely don't. But Sean, that's actually a really good question. I hope I didn't make it sound like your question wasn't valid, because that's a good question. I like questions like that a lot, actually. 1 or 2 minions here or there are really important distinctions, and some people don't realize how big of a difference 1 minion can make in a list, but it definitely can. I just have to kill that, unfortunately. He gets to trade into this for value trade. We take 4 more to the face, and we have 0 mechanisms for comebacks here. Maybe Direwolf Alpha Unleash the Hound somehow makes a comeback, but I don't think so. I just don't think we can do it. It's got too much good stuff. I don't think there's anything here that wins me the game. That's actually pretty funny. We'll play it and see what happens here. He might feel compelled to trade, but I think we're probably just dead to Leroy. Something like that. Or that. How to not play. Why are you running Direwolf Alpha rather than a super efficient 10 mana 7/14 beast that doesn't give your minions more attack but more meme power? Yeah, you're right. We should cut Direwolf for Ultra Sword. I can't see any reason a 10-drop wouldn't fit into this list. That seems like a really good one. What's your favorite class and why? I used to like Druid a lot because you got to play a ton of big minions and that was fun. That might be a teaser for the next thing I do after we hit rank 5. But lately, probably Priest and Unguro just because of all the fun Miracle stuff and Lyra stuff. It's been a just crazy ride. So I think right now Priest would be my favorite class. I've been running Bestial Wrath on my list. It's really good. Huh. Really intriguing addition, says Unipuff. It helps me fight for board against aggro, and it also gives burst damage. That's a cool idea. I don't know that I'm brave enough to try that just yet, but I don't hate that line of thinking. That's really cool, man. What an insightful addition to your deck. That's awesome. Good suggestion. Mark Gamer feels dirty for playing Dragon Reno Priest because he always hated playing against Reno. Well, we all turn evil sometimes, right? For some reason, I just expected a Patches to pop out of my deck. Like, somewhere in my brain, I thought I was going to get a Patches. I don't know why. Played too much Pirate, I guess. Like, I just think you play a 1-drop, you're supposed to get Patches out. I don't know where he's at. What happened? I could coin the Animal Companion, but I think it's worse. The Kindly Grandmother just makes his weapon feel sort of awkward. We don't know yet what kind of deck this is, really. He hasn't played the quest, he hasn't played Pirates. Probably Pirate if I had to guess, and he just didn't have a good 1-drop, so he played that to kill my minion. And might be something else altogether, though, but it just looks like Pirates. Yeah, it's Pirates, that's for sure. He's gonna get a good clear here. I can weapon that, but it sure hurts a lot, like taking 6 basically for free. Do a lot of damage though. I just don't have a great line. I need him to have a pretty bad turn here. I don't know if I can take 6 more. Jeez. I don't know. Houndmaster Coin Alley Cat is kind of good. The weapon kills it, but the Houndmaster lives. And 1 Alley Cat lives. I think we gotta try. We'll taunt the ugly one for you guys because you're always so scared the cute one's gonna die. Regis, you should consider putting Galaka Crawler in your deck. I don't know. I mean, it's maybe not bad if we hit like a ton of stuff, a ton of things that we needed to counter, but it's actually not that bad. Because we could maybe roll a really good Animal Companion here. Ooh, this is intriguing too, right? I could also try to track for a kill command. But what if I just rolled Huffer here? Like, that'd be pretty good. I wish I had 6 mana. What if we roll Misha? That's also sort of just good. Leok doesn't really help any. Leok is a really bad roll, I guess. I'd like to get this Fledgling developed, though. Because, like, what if he can't kill it, right? He might be able to with, like, Kor'kron Elite, or maybe he has another Arcanite Reaper he's getting ready to load up or something. So just trade, Fledgling. I just wish I had more. Let's tracking first. I think Razor Maw is going to be more important. I think since I got the Razor Maw and I can maybe Fledgling that next turn, we'll just go with the Animal Companion here. Huffer is good. It's the role we wanted. It's just because this has a little more health. Even though it's not a beast, I think it's just more likely to live. Dodges like a weapon upgrade a single time or whatever. Choose which pack I should buy, and then please bless it. Well, you should definitely buy an Unguro pack, obviously, because it's Unguro, and it's awesome, and the cards are good. And it's definitely blessed, so you're going to have a lot of luck once you buy it, man. Alright, that's sort of annoying. You got a really good trade out of that. But I'm glad I didn't play the Fledgling into it, because this is much more valuable in the long run. So let's try to hit a big buff here. Divine Shield doesn't help. Stealth is good. Stealth is fine. +3 health and stealth were actually probably the best outcomes there. Is he going to turn face at this point, or is he scared of me? Like, I don't know yet. He's going to have to think about it here, because this could get, like, Wind Fury, Taunt, +3 health. Like, it could go crazy and shut him out of the game if he's not very, very careful. And then we haven't got to see Leroy unleash the hounds yet. I haven't even really got to see that yet, but it's a pretty cool combo. Did that just happen? That's why I don't like this card in Pirate Warrior, by the way. Oh, we got it. Finally. I'm just going to go ahead and give it Divine Shield, I think. Because I might actually want to trade it into something in the future. +1/+1's also not bad. But I think I like Divine Shield better because of, like, Kor'kron Elite, right? It's important to trade that way so that the ping definitely hit face. And then we have 12 damage plus Leroy, so I think we win. I don't think he can kill me. Yeah, I don't know. He only gained 1 health and sacrificed a resource and gave up Pirate's energies, so I think he's in a tough spot with his hand here. We'll be doing a full Legendary Jungle Giants deck. Not today. That's a cool idea, though. Sounds crazy. Do you think one of Dex / Kazakus decks are dead until more one of deck / cards come out? Well, they're good in Wild already, right? But, well, none of those things help. I mean, it doesn't matter. We've won the game, but... Gotta be in the Pirate Warriors. Play as many cards as possible and overkill them for as much as possible. Yeah, Doctor 3 is OP indeed. Vicious Fledgling is ridiculous. What a good addition to this deck. I don't know how I missed it for so long. It makes the deck, I think, considerably better so far. When do you think you will stream something else, like HOTS or something else? Not today, but I'm definitely not opposed to streaming other games in general. Oh, is that the same guy 2 times in a row? I may be so far behind chat that might actually be wrong. Oh, I see chat reacting to the the Galaka Crawler play. Yeah, it happened, guys. I saw it too. Ewan Ogilvy says, I think lowering the cost of basic packs to 50 gold or something like that would enable new players to get into the game. How do you feel about that? Yeah, I think that'd be fine. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it. This is the same dude again. I guess nobody's at rank 6 right now? What's the deal? But you gotta be careful though. We can still lose. It's not the fastest start. And that card, might be okay if we get that far. It's probably like pseudo unavoidable damage. I really want to see a good 2-drop here. It's a great start for what I've got. I mean, Hounds might help me catch up. That's a terrible draw. Just absolutely terrible. One drop? No, that's god-awful too. We've got a terrible hand, guys. GG, I think. Oh, God. We're doomed. We're absolutely doomed. Hounds does not help yet. Gonna load up this bow, but not attack yet. Hopefully we can, like, Hounds trade into the Berserker, clear the board somehow. Oh, God. There goes my Hounds clear. Jeez. Another kill command. Why? I mean, it's not the worst turn ever, but I'm at 17 health already against Pirates. What on earth can I do to win? This hand is just absolute garbage. Oh, great. I never thought I'd... Oh. This feels familiar for some reason. I mean, it's actually possible to stabilize with taunts here if we hit Houndmaster, or maybe a Vicious Fledgling taunt. This game is not totally over. We could win. It's possible to win. Ugh. Maybe not now. I think I have to hit Houndmaster right now. Ooh, okay. I wish I had a 2-drop to play, though. Oh my gosh. I just still don't think we can do it, guys. I don't know.
Trust the pirate's code.
Timberwolf would help right about now. Yeah, it would have been a good Timberwolf. And we're dead. This has been clutch for him. The South Sea Deckhand, South Sea Captain buff multiple times has actually helped him stabilize. Can't beat that. I'm going to dodge this Q for a second. I'm tired of playing that guy. Not that I think we're unfavored. I think we're probably evenly favored. I just don't want to... I'm just sick of playing Pirates. We could have tried to Q snipe him, but with a good deck to beat him. But hey, Regis says Laxley. Hey, right back at you, man. What is the archetype of this deck? Can you put up a full deck list? There is a full deck list on the right side of the screen. Right here is the full deck list. You'll see as I draw cards that, you know, one of them is removed. But so, for instance, I drew an Alley Cat and a Kill Command. And a Leroy. Or actually 2 Alley Cats. Which is great news. We'll keep them both. Can get 4 minions out. If we get a Hyena, oh my god. Please let this work. Please let this work. Don't play anything. That's actually fine, because that means 3 of these are likely to survive. Oh. The Hyena value. Play something with 3 health, exactly, please. Please play something with 3 health. Or Crackling Razor Maul would be fine, too. Please. Please, sir. Give me the Hyena value. I want it. Regis, you're live. Sweet. Yeah, man. Welcome. Oh, I'm going to play the top deck one just to trigger him. What do you guys think? A 2-mana 8/5? Pretty good? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. I think it's pretty good. That's insane. Don't be Misha. Oh my god, Misha's like the one card that answers us relatively well. Oh my god. He could Unleash the Hounds for sort of reasonable value here, but I don't even think it's that good. Maybe Unleash the Hounds Timberwolf would be perfect, but I can't imagine anything else. Have you ever played against a famous streamer before? Yeah, actually, a lot. when you hit Legend, and you play in Legend, it's pretty consistently often. You'll pop into people that you know. Like, I beat Firebat one time a long time ago. That was like my first big, like, oh my god, I beat Firebat. That's the greatest day of my life kind of thing. But then, you know, at some point, it's not that big a deal anymore because it happens all the time. Where are all the Taunt Warriors at? I don't know. We haven't seen a single one today, have we? You sounded like Acolyte of Pain for a second there when summoning the 2 alley cats. I can actually hear that. Kill commanding the 1 health scavenging hyena. That's a pretty good day, I think. It's a pretty good day. Yeah, this is worth. This is actually already worth. Alright, cool. Second kill command puts him sort of back in the game, maybe. But he has the beast for it, so he needs exactly 2 mana beast to kill command here. Getting this to 6, I think, means that the game is unlosable. So we may just Houndmaster next turn if, you know, he doesn't answer it. I think that'll be game. Or if we can sacrifice these dudes. If he can't kill it, I don't think he can play anything. Like, I just... Hyena is actually a ridiculous card, guys. It's a totally ridiculous card. Humbler Mortal says Hyena can be so disgusting sometimes. That's what I'm saying, man. Humbler Mortal says, I had to do a dissection today in my college and accidentally cut my finger with a scalpel. Ugh. That doesn't sound good, dude. I feel like people in my chat are always getting hurt. They're always hurting themselves. What's going on? They could nerf Hyena to be just +1/+1. I think that'd be a good change. I mean, yeah, like when it high rolls, it's insane, but it's never really like dominated the meta. I mean, it's going pretty well for us right now. Granted, I'll give you that. But it's never felt like a card that was just super OP. I don't know. I mean, you have to sacrifice resources in order to buff it, so that usually kind of helps balance it if you think about it that way. But of course, Unleash the Hounds, all these little new token alley cats and stuff just make it so much faster at accomplishing that goal. It's kind of scary. I like this hand, actually. Let's just keep this. I would consider tossing Grandmother, but if he somehow deals with alley cats with like pirate summons or something, then this might be a good 2 instead of the Razor Maul. Hyena is totally a fair card, says Sean Valverde. Yo, homie, try Decksperiment Evolve Shaman. It's the most fun ever. That's a cool idea. I don't know exactly how I'd even start. I feel like there's already some good lists out there, but... Got 9 wins, stay in arena, and got 80 gold, or 180 gold. Yeah, it's pretty good. Getting them free arena runs. I'm a little bit tempted to just coin the Fledgling here, but I think if we make this a high value resource, he's going to feel compelled to kill the Razor Maul anyway. Yeah, I think this gives me the most total damage. Could go ahead and get this out too. I think I'm going to. We have the Fledgling on 3 anyway. We have a good turn 4. The only thing I might regret is if I want to trade this in to get some pings off Juggler, I may not have a 1-drop to float alongside it. It's pretty slow. This looks like a Fledgling trade turn to me. Good ping too, because we were going to kill this anyway, I think. I'm only trading to protect the Fledgling. It might still die, of course, but I think it's sort of likely it lives. We'll see. We got a good ping set up here next turn with Juggler, Grandmother. Sacrifice this guy for more pings too, so... If he just develops minions, I think we'll be okay. Could also just Companion. Depends on what the Fledgling does, or if it lives or not. Do you think that Zulok could be a viable deck in this meta, considering its decreased popularity due to the new Unguro cards? There's been people try to make Zulu work, but it looks like a tier 3 deck or something. It's just not that strong right now, unfortunately. Oh, cool. We get to just kill the Titan here. That's great news. So yeah, we got to do this first. which is fine. No big deal. Okay, that works out too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kill this one. We may not kill these. The pings might do it for us, which would be pretty cool. No, bad pings. Actually, totally useless pings. Is Divine Shield better than +1/+1? Not really. It's better against exactly Eviscerate, I guess. Suppose it's slightly better. It's less damage, but I really just wanted to keep it alive. We didn't hit Stealth or anything, which would have been nice. Or Wind Fury, of course, would have been the ideal. But I think I like Divine Shield slightly better. It basically gives it 4 health, too. But like I said, it's... Eviscerate, at least it would have to require a weapon attack or another minion trade to activate, as opposed to just a straight up Eviscerate. About to get prep vanished? Yeah, wow. Okay. Good dig it, I guess. Pretty good play. Just gives him time to complete the quest. Which he doesn't need, because it's done. Yeah, we may actually not be able to win now. That prep vanish is just nuts. How good is that play? I mean, he can't probably prep the quest now. He could, it's just less likely. But what do I even do? Like, I really need these to die. Could play the Juggler in 3 1-drops and hope to pick off one of these. Because they're going to be 5/5s this turn for sure. So I really, really need to kill one of them. Twice the Juggler has done that. Pinged 1 each. So now they're both 5/5s for sure. So the Juggles were wasted completely. They didn't actually do anything. And hopefully he can't play anything else at the very least. Like, that might allow me to stay in the game somehow. But I think I'm just going to lose. I don't see how I win now. It's weird that he's trading. Why not just go face? I don't... This is actually kind of helpful. I don't think I can beat that prep vanish. That's nuts. What's the card that surprised you the most from Unguro? You're looking at it. Crystal Core / the Caverns Below was totally insane. I thought it would be terrible, and it's actually really good, so... No doubt about it. As a motorcycle blows my ear out. Blows my ear. Sounds funny. Is Elemental Priest viable for ranking up from 10 to 5? I don't know. I haven't played enough to say. I haven't heard a ton of success stories with it, but it's always possible, right? Failed juggles today, man. I think we were going to lose anyway. That prep vanish is actually what won the game, but... Yeah, definitely some PJ Salt coming on strong here for me. Vicious Fledgling is actually genius for this deck. Regis Kilman, grats for coming up with it. Would have never done it myself. No, I actually didn't come up with it. Somebody recommended it in chat a day or two ago, so I can't take credit for that. I've been saying consistently I didn't like Rat Pack in this deck, and somebody said, well, what about Vicious Fledgling? So it's not my idea, but it's really, really awesome. Replacement for Grandmother, Trog Beast Hunter's okay. Really anything 2-drop that's... I mean, Grandmother's really, really good. It's hard to replace, honestly, but, you know, if you're looking to... If you have to because you don't have the adventure, that's a good place to start, but... Regis is now popular. He ignores most of the chat. I don't know if that's true, but there's currently across 2 streams about 250 people watching, so it's definitely a little harder than it used to be to keep up with everybody. RNGesus doesn't favor us in real life, apparently. Regis, how about Token Paladin with small-time recruits and Lost in the Jungle? Sounds cool. Send me that in Discord. If you guys, if my mods, if you want, guys, if people make recommendations for Decksperiments, what would be really helpful, if you don't have to, of course, but if you want to, is taking down those notes and just dropping them in Discord so I can go back later and add them to my Decksperiment list. Because I have trouble remembering everything from chat, and I can't review it later, and I can't write it down now, so that'd be awesome if you guys want to help. Free, just blow my ear, please. Oh god. I regret things I say. I regret things I say. Let's just go ahead and roll the grandmother, or the Razor Maul, the crackling grandmother. This is the most damage. It's fine. Gives him a pretty good potion play, but I can't play around that forever, right? It's better than potioning a grandmother, I guess. Wow, is he just reading messages from 10 minutes ago, says Mikawo. Probably. I don't know when they're coming through, but I gotta play Hearthstone too, guys. Regis Gilbin, should I craft Fletchling? I'm free to play, so crafting stuff is risky. It just depends on the deck, right? Like, I don't think it's a general use minion that's good to craft. I put out my crafting recommendations on YouTube for both legendaries, epics, and rares. Fledgling did not make my list because I just don't think it's general purpose enough. It's one of those things that's really good in specific decks if you need it, but not necessarily good all around. So it just depends on what decks you're playing. How long are you streaming today, says Brandon 2. Another couple hours probably. Hour and a half, 2 hours still probably. I'm going to take a break here before too long. Regis, you missed a Wind Fury, by the way, a few games ago with Fledgling and went Stealth. That might have been because I had to keep it alive for some reason. I'm not sure. I'd have to review the play. That sounds suspicious, though. Definitely. Great. Awesome news. How did he have mana for all that? How did he have mana? Wait. 4. 5. That was 3 mana. Oh, he played the Shadow Visions on a previous turn. Oh, he played that on 2. I'm dumb. That's how. I recently got Ysera, and I was wondering if there's a decent deck in this meta with it. Any suggestions? You might be able to squeeze it into a Dragon Priest. I think it'd make a lot of sense there. So maybe try that. You should create a second public Discord, even if you don't use it, just a place to chill and talk to some Hearthstone people. That's not the worst idea. I do definitely want to have one Discord that's for what will eventually be Twitch subs, and or maybe if I ever do like a Patreon, like Patreon people. So, you know, sort of exclusive for people who really want to show their support beyond just watching videos and stuff. So... but, you know, like a more general purpose one, that's probably okay, too. Oh, my God. These plays. I'm just dead. There's just no way to win. Well, he is at 17, though. That's kind of intriguing if I just go face here. This would die to the trade, but I'd get 5 in. Gonna go for it. We can still try to maybe find an out here. Double kill command next turn, right? Would do it, maybe. Perhaps. Trades here. He doesn't necessarily have a kill for this, so it gets to go 4. This living would be sort of important, though. Oh, that's really good. Depending on how he rolls here, too. Oh, well, it's not that good, actually. Didn't really help that much. Especially because the ping whiffed. The Pyro kind of screwed that play up. I think he'd have been better off trading the Pyro first, and then stealing it, and then trading both into the Houndmaster. I'm sure he didn't account for the Pyro, though. That's an easy mistake to make. I probably would have done the same thing. Regis Kilvin, how do you get the deck tracker on the side? It's an app or a program called Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Just Google it real fast and select the first Google link, and you can download it yourself. And you install it, and it does it all automatically, pretty much. It's really handy. How are you liking the Ryzen CPU? Says Muay McBeef. It's an absolute beast, dude. I did not know what I was missing before, but it has improved my process like tenfold, dude. It's crazy. This is 6 damage. This is a minion, though, which is pretty good usually. It's like Misha would be solid, Huffer would be really good. But this is 6 damage over 2 turns, right? We have 4, that's going to put him at 8, so we can for sure put him to 6 this turn. We play this, we could put him to 3. So even if he healed, we would have 5. I think we got to go for this for the just guaranteed damage here. I'm not sure I did the math exactly right, but yeah, we put him to 3, so. That's why you put tracking in this deck, by the way, is guaranteed damage like that. It's super helpful. So, I mean, Kill Command, this is 5 damage even without a beast on board, right? So unless he somehow heals beyond that, which he could, it's possible. I don't know what all is in his deck, but it's definitely possible. Sudden Genesis Warrior, write it down. I think that one's already on my list. That is a pretty good suggestion. I just watched that crazy Mirror Priest Steel match. I almost want to friend that guy so I can play that matchup and die literally from old age. That was really fun. That Pyro's going to wreck you. Yeah, it sucked. It's for sure. I know a cheap Control Warrior with Ysera in it if you want it. Don't know who asks, though. I believe they asked on YouTube, so it might be hard to link that up. But if he's on Twitch, too, there might be a good list. Or just tell him the name of the list or help him find it with a Google or something. Nice. I'm an AMD fan, but I haven't been too impressed lately. I might have to give the Ryzen a try. Yeah, everybody basically said the new Ryzen 7 stuff is just so ridiculously cheap for what it provides that you almost can't go wrong. So I took that advice, and it definitely worked out because it's crazy good. I'm just stunned how good it was. Yeah, that's not going to do the trick. So cool. I didn't think we'd win that game. I did not think we'd win that game after the Pyro. Thought he had some good plays, and I thought we were screwed, honestly. I'm glad we kept at it, though, because we somehow pulled it out. I don't know. That was tough. Deck list for that combo priest. If you're asking me, I don't know exactly which combo priest you mean. I've definitely played a variety of different priests, though. You might be asking somebody else, too, though. Regis, what other card games have you played, and what do you like about them? Honestly, not that many. I never played like Magic the Gathering, for instance. Hearthstone was really my first card game of the sort. Clearly, I played things like poker in the past, right? But as far as these kinds of card games. But lately, I played Gwent. It was pretty cool. What I liked about Gwent was it felt way less RNG dependent. I didn't play a ton, so I don't know if that holds true in a competitive environment, but it did not seem to have as much RNG as Hearthstone. Well, RNG is definitely fun. It can be frustrating, so that was pretty cool. I've played a couple other just random card games. They've all had similar mechanics to Hearthstone usually, so nothing stood out particularly strongly. But they're all usually pretty fun, frankly. I mean, the reason I think I play Hearthstone is not necessarily mechanics or, you know, the aspects of the card game itself or the way it plays. I think it has more for me to do with Hearthstone is like the visual presentation and the connection to Warcraft lore, which I like a lot because I'm a big Warcraft guy. And it feels so smooth and polished and good, and there's a great community, so all those things are why I play Hearthstone as opposed to other games, which are probably just as good from a mechanical standpoint. If you could make the next expansion around something, what would it be? I guess it'd have to be like a Warcraft raid. Maybe like Black Temple and give Illidan another shot. That'd be pretty fun. I gotta think about this adapt. I'm definitely going to adapt that minion. I think I trade and then adapt, right? I kind of want to kill this, though. If I could like adapt +3 attack and trade, I'd be pretty happy. But if I trade first and adapt like Divine Shield or something, it might accomplish the same goal. I think this is a slightly more consistent line. Okay, that was trippy, dude. Taunt doesn't really help much because the patches and the weapon just kill it. Poisonous doesn't help much either. +3 attack could help. It could do extra damage to his face if he does use the weapon and patches to trade into it. That extra damage might actually matter down the road somewhere. Poisonous I don't think matters. He doesn't have anything with more than 5 attack anyway that he might run into it. So I'm actually going to go for the attack here. He may leave it alone too. He might kill this or go face with everything. Who knows, right? We'll never quite know with a warrior. That's a good play too. We'll just weapon down the pirate here. I think we're going to have trouble turning the corner on this guy. We do have the Taunt Giver, which is nice. That's a good card to see, too, because that might lead into a big Unleash the Hounds or something where we develop a minion that just kills him before he can kill us. But the next turn or two are going to be really significant, because I can't play this Taunt yet. Oh, that's so good. That is something I just cannot deal with. Gross. I think I have to play this. It's just going to die, I know. But I have to save some life. Or set up some sort of shenanigan, right? Like, I have to do something here. I need a beast to survive to get a taunt. Like, I have to put out as many resources as possible. I lose sort of the combo swing potential, but I have to somehow win. What else could I do? It was a 5 health heal, right? Like, I healed 5 for 2 mana. That's not bad. It's annoying. There's just no... I just can't win this. I can trade here to kill that for sure, but then this gets to go face, and this gets to go face, and I'm dead. So I think I have to try to get one of these pings to hit one of these minions. I'm not even sure that'll be enough. I think I need the ping to hit exactly this minion to set up this trade, and then this ping to hit this minion, or vice versa. I don't know. Well, okay. This ping hit this guy. So we're technically alive, but dead. We can't win the game. He's actually trading? I can't believe I just saw that. Wow. Huh. Unleash the Hounds. Oh my god, this play again. Technically still alive somehow. I don't know how. He should have just went face. Like, he had so much health. There was 0 risk in going face. I'm stunned that he didn't just go face. And traded in my 4-3. It's not even a beast. Like, what advantage was there possibly to trading there? We lose anyway, of course, but... what's your favorite deck at the moment? I'm enjoying this one a lot as far as laddering up is concerned, so Face Hunter, I suppose. But as far as, like, fun to play, it's definitely some sort of Priest shenanigan style deck with, like, Thievery or Miracle style stuff with Lyra. Want to hear a joke? Pirates walk into a bar, there are no counters. There's like a crawler now, man. There is a counter. There is a counter. Humble Immortals asks, have you ever tried Chronicle RuneScape Legends? I have actually tried it, believe it or not. Yeah, I got a code or something for that game, or for some reason I had it. It's very unique. It's cool. I mean, I didn't feel like I ever got a great feel for it. Like, I never really got into it, but it was definitely a neat mechanic. I liked how it was presented, more like 3D environment. You know, that was really cool. The gameplay interactions were cool and different too, which was really fun. Can you reach Legend with this deck? I don't know yet. It's definitely starting to peter out a little bit already. It feels like on rank 6. Like, I shot from rank 16 to 7 or so. Like, lost 3 games on the way. But it's definitely feeling like we're stabilizing a little bit on win rate. So, it's probably possible. I don't know. Maybe it would need more refinements. But somebody, I think in chat, actually said they did hit Legend with this deck, which I found sort of hard to believe. But it's probably possible, especially if they're a better player than me. Waving at Fat's heading out. See you, man. Thanks for modding. Thanks for hanging out as always. I hope I caught you before you left. Disregarding the fact that Blizzard has already said they're not going to make a new class in Hearthstone, what would be your vote and what would the mechanics for it be? I think you'd have to do a Death Knight just because that was the first new class added to World of Warcraft back in the day. As far as mechanics for it, I don't know. You'd have to do stuff with like minions coming back to life, probably some sort of graveyard mechanic. I don't know what your hero power would be. Maybe like a life leech effect or something. Like deal 1, heal 1. That kind of thing would be cool. It's like a blood death knight sort of thing. I don't know how you'd balance that. It seems like it'd just be a better ping. Maybe it's only against the enemy hero or something. Then it'd just be Druid's hero power, but worse. I don't know. There's probably some cool stuff some people have already thought of out there, is my guess. Better minds than me. That's annoying. Silence Priest, obviously. I'm not that worried about it getting silenced so much as it getting taunted. That would probably be worse. I just need to push as much damage as possible here before we lose. What's been your favorite expansion so far? It's definitely Unguro, so after that, probably Goblins versus Gnomes back in the day. Because it was the first big expansion. And it was a whole new world, I felt like. Regis, you should try a Suicide OTK, Amara plus Akanai. and pray tell, why would I want to do that exactly? Remind me why that would be fun. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to see it one time, but I think that would be about it. Is this deck on Hearthbone? No, not yet. It's on my Twitter, though. If you go scroll down my Twitter probably a week ago, there's like a screenshot of the deck list. I'm off for now. It's 14 after midnight here, and I'm still going to watch your new video. Looking forward to it. Love hearing your opinions on cards, and you're my favorite Hearthstone YouTuber. Humbler of mortals, man. What a humbling thing to say. So nice to hear, dude. Thank you so much for all your kind words. I really do appreciate it a lot. It means a lot, man. I guess we'll split our resources here a little bit just to make it so this thing doesn't trade quite so valuably into that 3-2. Still just going to go all face, though. Well, I don't want to make the trade. He's down to 12. I have Unleash the Hounds and Eaglehorn in hand for a ton of burst damage. And he has to deal with his board still somehow. Does he have the coin? Was he on coin? Yeah, he's on coin, so he could coin Dragonfire or something, but I don't know if it'd be even that good. Kill his stuff just as much as mine.
What is in wounds with?
Shambler's not bad. That helps, though. Jeez, does that ever help? Man.
Run away.
So, yeah, I mean, another Shambler, he's dead, unless he does something else with it. It's going to be hard for him to live here at 1 health. It's going to be hard to live. Lyra shenanigans are not going to... He's not going to have enough mana to get anywhere with this. Like, there's nothing he can do for 0. That was pretty easy. Regis, as a WoW fan, what big legends are missing as cards that you'd like to see? Well, I think the #1 name has to be Arthas. I mean, God. We still haven't seen an Arthas card. Frankly, Illidan needs a better card, and there's some opportunities right now in the lore, certainly, to do that. So those would be the first 2 names. But there's a million more, dude. I'm kind of saddened, by the way, on that note, that it seems like Blizzard has moved... Like, in the first few expansions, a lot of the named cards and legendaries were, like, really prominent lore characters. It's Sylvanas, Ragnaros, right? Like, in the classic set. And even in the next few expansions, we got a lot of really prominent named characters. But then as we moved... This is pretty good to keep with Alley Cat. The question is there anything better? Against Shaman, though, it's good to have stuff to kill totems. And this helps the Alley Cats do that. I think I'll keep it. We've moved more towards, like, new characters, which I think it's cool that Hearthstone's creating, like, new lore characters. That's a fun idea as well, don't get me wrong. But it feels like they kind of just totally gave up on named lore characters. Like, some of the Unguro legendaries are stuff we've known, but it's more obscure. Like, I think Ozruk is a boss in some dungeon, and but most of them are characters that are just either brand new or just not all that relevant to the history of WoW or anything. So that, to me, is a tad unfortunate. It's a pretty awkward... Like, this is annoying to play against me. I don't even know what this is about. He didn't play Quest. He just played Murloc Tidehunter. Like, what? 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 What I think I'll just go ahead and develop the juggler. If he's playing these little guys, maybe the ping next turn will matter. I mean, there's some benefit maybe to the grandmother, but we can ignore it if it's something bigger. Not really sure. But anyway, so lots of cards, man. The list could go on and on. Really wish I'd gotten a 1-drop here. Kind of sucks that I didn't. Do I just play the fledgling and, like, trade? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna take a 50-50 here. Pretty big 50-50. He might just be able to lightning bolt that, but if he can't, he just concedes. Looks like he's testing a deck at rank 5 and, you know, doesn't really care how the results go because he's bottomed out, which is cool. That's a good way to rank up if you're at rank 6. I like it. GVG was so fun until everyone figured out Dr. Boom's boombots were really, really good. Yeah, no joke. Do you play Overwatch? Not anymore, really, but I certainly did when it first came out. It was a ton of fun. I liked it a lot. Just Hearthstone called back to me. I had to play Hearthstone. Do you play console games much? Not anymore, James. I used to when I was a kid, of course, a ton. But it's just all PC for me now. I just don't have... Like, this is where I do my work. This space, my desk, essentially, this is my work, and this is where I spend a lot of my day. So it's real easy to just flip over, play some games, pop in a few Hearthstone games, you know, jump back and forth if needed. But, like, moving to a different room, starting at the console, buying the games, just... It becomes, like, so much of a headache at that point that, to me, it ends up just not being worth it. And the fact that I can just keep everything in one space is really important. It's quicker, it's more efficient. This is where I do the streaming and everything. So, no, it's from both a financial standpoint, it's just too expensive. Like, I just don't want to spend that money. And second of all, it's just it's inefficient from a space standpoint. I mean, there are certainly some games I wish I could play. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great console exclusives I wish I could be a part of, but I think I'm just going to take Poisonous and make the trade here. None of these are very exciting. If I'd gotten attack, I probably just would have went face. I know that killing a 2/2 is not great, but I mean, I was looking for a +1/+1 to make the trade too. This just gets the best minions out. I wanted to either utilize resources here to kill these to make Vicious Fledgling better, or that's a play too. Okay. 1-drop? Oh, great news. Great news. We gotta be careful here. Like, he's already got some pretty decent Jades, and it's gonna spiral out of control quickly if he doesn't have a dead turn. We need this to be like Hero Power Pass. Play the Fledgling. Maybe burn a Wrath for draw or something. Gluttonous Ooze. That's a card. That's a tough card to beat. I gotta look for a miracle play now, but we're gonna fall behind because it's Jades. I think this is a loss. I don't remember how to erupt the volcano. I'm sorry. I forgot the code. Bad. This is our final boss for rank 5 too, guys, because we're on a win streak. I think if we won this game, we were going to win streak into 5. So now we can't win streak into 5. This hand is just so awkward. That Jade Golem, or Jade Behemoth, I mean, was so good. So good. And he got great ramp off with the, well, not really ramp, innervate anyway, to get it out. And then the ooze. I can unleash kill command to clear, I guess. It's just so bad. I need him to have the worst hand in history. Is the only way I'm going to win this. MerkGamer317 says, I was the one that hit Legend with this deck. I hit it with a few card text. Vicious for Rat. Took Leroy out for Tundra. Took the Grandmas out for Trog Beast Rager. And teched in a Hungry Buzzard. Starving Buzzard. Yeah. And one Stampede for reload purposes. Kind of more mid-range, I guess. Yeah, that sounds a bit more mid-rangey, but sounds really cool nonetheless. Well, he did have a totally dead turn like we wanted. So if this fledgling goes off, I think he'll just wrath it. I think he just had anything to wrath, and he had like 2 wraths in hand. I think he'll just wrath it, and it'll be gone. But if it somehow goes off, and we top deck exactly what we need every turn, there's chances to win. Or the swipe, whatever. That too is, you know, the perfect answer to my board. Swipe's a good card. It's a pretty good card. This isn't out. Give me a 7-drop. That's something too. I know that like I could use the weapon to kill a minion later, but I have to send literally every point of damage I have to face at this point. We have to engage in a race. There's absolutely 0 ways we win this game by playing for board value. We just don't have any cards left, so. That's a losing battle 100% of the time, and that card is a winning card 1,000% of the time. I cannot beat that card at all. At this rate, I basically need 19 turns to win the game, because he's going to hero power every turn. My hero power is going to take a 1 off, right? It's the only way I can win, and we're obviously dead in like 3 turns, or less, probably 2 turns. You know, everybody says aggro's really good against Jade Druid, but every time I play a Jade Druid, I always feel like they just have the perfect hand and, like, taunt me out of it or have the exact removal or hit the perfect Feral Rages. I feel like I never find success against Jade Druid with aggro. Maybe it's just bad luck, a streak of bad luck or something, but it always feels like the worst matchup to me. That's exactly what it looks like. Even extra with a hero power. Check your Twitter for some spicy Ultrasaur memes. I definitely will later, Fartometer, which is the best name ever. Not right now, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it later, so thank you. By the way, thanks for keeping company while I peel apples for a pie I'm baking. Says hard on for potatoes. I'm surprised you're not making, like, mashed potatoes. I don't know how you'd mash them, but if you got a hard on for potatoes, I don't know. What's your day job, or is YouTube your full-time job? Big fan, by the way. Well, thanks for the kind words. Not my full-time job. I'm a director of marketing for a software development company in my day job, so do marketing stuff, basically picking up clients and keeping clients happy and teaching clients how to make end users happy, essentially. I kind of like this line here. With the coin, there's some incentive to keeping both, but I think I'd like a little more flexibility. I'll look for another 1-drop maybe. Fledgling's good too. But no, not YouTube. How tall are you? I'm about 6'3", 6'3". If you're in America, if you're European, I think that's like 190 cm, maybe? 192 cm, something like that. Probably 192 cm. Yeah, 192 centimeters. The grandmother doesn't trade particularly well. The fiery bat certainly could, though. Could ping off both. Play the grandmother on 2, fledgling on 3, maybe swing in a hyena if it makes sense. Hey Regis, how are you, man? I'm doing really, really well. Oh, I'm getting taught the volcano order, but we missed the board. I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't see it in time. Is he gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna heroic strike this. That would have been insane. Like, cool insane, but insane. Oh, sweet ping of 50-50. RNGesus, please guide this ping into the patches. Please, good sir. Yes. I wish I could have played a 1-drop alongside this, but unfortunately we couldn't. So this might get weaponed or heroic striked. That's fine. The idea is to stall a little. Oh, that's a pretty good draw, actually, just because it's even on his mana curve there. He's used 2 heroic strikes already. A weapon buff gets him there, I guess. Like Blood Cell Cultist would be pretty good. Yeah. Man. Every time. But again, like, we kind of split his goal, right? He was going all face. Now he's kind of thinking about killing my dudes. So, just go wide as we can here. Let's see if he swings back to face now. I think that could give me a pretty big advantage with this next hyena. He'll probably weapon the direwolf and send this to face if I had to guess. which will give me 2 buffs on the hyena, taking it to 4 health. Corsairs, oh my god. Oh, that's so good. I actually think this is the card that makes Pirate Warrior broken, for the record. I absolutely think... Oh, baby. Yeah, we gotta do this. This might allow me to win the game, actually. Just because this is going to be so insanely scary. He's at 5. I think I'll go ahead and do this, just to make it slightly more likely this lives, and set up this line of trades too. I mean, he can obviously weapon this if he wants, but then he's down to 18. This does 12. Or actually, we do 14 if he does it that way, so we'd be at 16 damage, 17 damage. Even if he hero power, we'd be basically 1 or 2 turns off lethal, so I think this sets up pretty well. Damn, dude, you are tall. Yeah, I mean, fairly tall compared to average. It never seems that tall to me, though. I always see taller people and think, man, they're actually really tall, really tall. Regis, my next quest is play 50 Druid cards, get your sprint on to rank 5 so we can see a Decksperiment. Yeah, I know, it's taking longer than I thought. I'm only going to have time for 1. I honestly thought I'd just, like, fly up to rank 5, but it's going a little slower than it has in the past. Huffer for lethal, I think? No, but Misha's still pretty good. I don't need the hero power, we can just go face here. The taunt means he definitely can't kill me at all, and he can't resolve these minions either. He's already taunted with his only 2 taunts, so there's nothing to block the hyena here. We just get to go face for a bajillion damage. So yeah, that Hound's play definitely swung this game back in my favor. An 18-10 hyena, not bad. He didn't let me attack with it. What a jerk. Pirate Warriors are jerks. Not a bad play, guys, at the end of the day. Why is your My Collection button blue? I don't know. Why is it blue? I didn't even know that button was there, to tell you the truth. I don't know why it was blue. Does anybody know? I don't think there will be time for a Decksperiment. Yeah, let's just hit rank 5 here real fast, and then I'll take a short break because I kind of got to pee, and then I'll try to fire off a Decksperiment in the last hour and a half. Regis, would I be able to add and play you if playing on EU? No, Wouter, I'm sorry, man. I'm not on EU. First off, that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is that my friends list is full. So even if you were in I just can't add people right now. Unfortunately, other folks in the same position just happen to beat you guys there, so it's the best I can do. I have to apologize and say sorry. Pretty fast hand. I'm just afraid we're going to peter out a little too soon. We'll see how it goes. I'd love to see a hyena that trades it as Murloc Tide Color. That would be the dream. Hyena? Not quite. And by trades into, I mean gets buffed as I trade into it. Because right now, unless I hit exactly +1/+1, Divine Shield's actually fairly good too. I know that +3 attack would kind of accomplish the same thing, I guess. In either case, I leave a 1/1 on the board, so it doesn't really matter. Gotta kill that guy, though. Just gets buffed, makes Rock Pool too good. Too many advantages for that card to stay alive. How good is Crackling Razor Maw? Just insanely good. Greetings from Italy, says Bruto96. Well, thanks, dude. I always think it's awesome when people from around the globe stop by. That's so cool to me. Happy to have you here. By the way, guys, I missed a lot of new followers. I'm so sorry. I forget that it goes off. Zero, Sebi, Goober, DeGreat, Chance, Enter, Von Sway, Vint, and Gawoon. Guys, all of you, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Let's see what we get here. It's not bad in general. I gotta keep clearing these Murlocs off. I don't love making that trade because I like the damage from Razor Maw, but As much as we can, we got to keep those off until we just really stabilize the board, and then perhaps we can do a little more work. But that's fine. We're going to get a good Houndmaster here. Turn 5 could be a little iffy for us, but that's the only big concern.
Aha!
Hey, I got another follow. Right on time. Kel Z, thanks for the follow as well, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're having fun. Yeah, you didn't kill the white kitty. Oh, I killed the wrong kitty compared to most people. Most people like the other one better, I think. It's not the best, not the best true silver there. I'm not too upset about that. Let's tracking, see what we get here. We can always play the Direwolf, maybe along with another 2-drop. Fledgling's not particularly exciting simply because he has the weapon out and it'll just die. I think I like Grandmother Direwolf better. Then we've got the Mukla on 6 is pretty decent too.
Aha!
We'll play this kindly over here because he's very likely to kill the Houndmaster with the weapon, thus sliding this in. So, another follow! Look at this! Shoutouts lead to follows, it turns out. Shinobio, man, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having fun, too. Might be blue because you never ever clicked it. That actually could be. That could, in fact, be. Promise me to check your Twitter when you go pee, please, Beard Man. Sure. What happened here? Consecration? Ugh. I kind of want to kill that, but with this much damage available, I don't think I can. Because basically, Unleash the Hounds plus this is probably a ton of damage, not to mention the kill command, right? And not to mention the minions on board, too. Like, he's going to have to trade them here, so I don't think he's going to get value off this Murloc getting buffed and stuff. Another follow! What is going on? I got a follow train starting. UCOTS1993, dude, thank you for the follow as well. You guys are awesome. Clashy XD, hey Regis, do you think that Blizzard will change something about the Pally or Warlock quests so that I get a full refund? I really doubt it, to tell you the truth, which is unfortunate. Do we have lethal here? This is... How much mana do I have? 7. So this is 2, 4, 9, plus 5 is 15. We have lethal. But no, I don't think they'll change the cards. We haven't seen them buff cards hardly ever, and definitely not lately. So that's why I think it's such a big deal when they really whiff on cards that are supposed to be sort of class-defining archetypal type cards. It's just it's a big miss. And I make these YouTube videos that say, like, 5 ways to fix these cards and stuff. And it's not necessarily with the hopes that they're actually going to get fixed. I don't think that's very likely. It's just with the hope that by opening that discussion and recognizing the importance of getting it right the first time, I think that goes a long way. Oh my god, the follow train! Ogilvy and Glitch Switch, guys, thanks for the follows. You guys are awesome. Really do appreciate it. It's cool to know that you want to stick around and hang out with me. Regis, do you think the white kitty is ugly? I think both the kitties are ugly. I don't like cats, I like dogs. That's why it's called face boop, because I like to boop dogs on the face. I saw a cute dog earlier today. A little Havanese, I think they're called. The only 2 guys I enjoy watching on Hearthstone are Regis and Toast. Thanks, Ahmed. That's quite a class to be in there alongside Toast, dude. We're just going to go crazy wide here. This is token, so we got to be able to trade. Direwolf is good. Razor Maul might be good too, just depending on how this lines up. I would expect maybe trade hero power, honestly.
My greetings.
He's not going to innervate swipe, or I'll just concede, maybe. That would really suck. Yep, there it is. There it is, guys. There it is. Do you think that 2 volcanoes are maybe too much? I can't decide whether to run 2 volcanoes or 2 devolves. It's probably a meta call, I think. It just depends on how many silenceable things you need from devolve, right? Like if you're running a lot of token druids or something, or murlocs, devolves Might go a little farther than volcanoes, but they kind of end up doing the same thing at the end of the day in a lot of cases too. So Leok's actually just fine, probably almost as good as Misha here because he trades pretty effectively. Like that innervate swipe hurt, but he did use a lot of cards to get it, so his hand is pretty much junk at this point. And as long as that's not exactly like a buff card, which it's not because he wouldn't be trading, then I think we can start to do some work against this board. An Unleash the Hounds is always a good draw. Knife Juggler is actually a decent draw too. This has a chance to hit, because particularly with this Crackling Razor Maw, you know, buffing this or doing something cool here. Plus 3 health is going to give this the most raw trade value, it looks like. That's the best ping target too. Wow, cool. He doesn't get high value Divine Shield now off a buff, because this looks like maybe Living Mana in his hand right here. I don't know. It's a pretty weak turn again. He's got to kill this Juggler. Absolutely has to kill this Juggler. Like, we've stabilized. Like, he got, you know, real snarky about that swipe. But I think we're going to win. It's still possible to lose, but I think we're going to win. The taunt here will really, really go a long way. Juggler is enticing, but we don't have the mana to make it work very well.
Aha!
Let's do some trades first to make this ping as likely to hit as possible. Another swipe would be fairly good, but we'd still have a pretty reasonable board with this taunt out. It's another swipe right there. That's swipe. Get out of town, bro. I don't want to see it. Just get out of here. Another follow. Oh, Leroy's not very good. Neon Cat, dude, thanks for the follow. You guys are just rocketing these followers into my inbox here. Oh my god. Knife Juggler too, I forgot. This Leroy almost died. How crazy would that have been? I guess I just go all in, right? Like, if he swipes, he swipes. What can I do? Just do some damage. Who's the token druid now? Swipe hero power does not even clear the board, probably because of the grandmother. Or the Knife Juggler having 2 health. It'd still be very good. But Power of the Wild does nothing. Mark the Lotus does nothing. Well played. Oh, he actually made them do nothing. That's funny. That was just a concede. Hey guys! We did it! We got to rank 5. It's finally Decksperiment time. But on that note, I'm actually going to take a real short break. Gonna go hit the pot real fast, as they say. I don't think anybody actually says that, but I gotta pee. Just gonna read a couple emails here for real work, and I'll be back in maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe a slightly longer break than we've been accustomed to in the past, but still, at the end of the day, a pretty short break. So give me just a little time here. When we come back, I think we're gonna do a ramp beast druid. And it's possible, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's possible that Ultrasaur is in the list. I don't know that it's going to make it. I'm going to try to be faithful to building a good list, but it's the kind of deck that maybe, just maybe, Ultrasaur actually makes the cut. So Twitch chat, I want to see, give me your exclamation mark Ultrasaurs in chat right now. I want to see that Ultrasaur spam. Mods, let the Ultrasaur spam fly while I'm gone. I want to see like 1 million Ultrasaur Moobot commands when I'm back. So, guys, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm back. Look at all that Ultra Source spam. Not sure there's enough though. I don't know if there's enough Ultra Source spam to make the cut. He may not make it on the list now. You guys didn't do enough Ultra Source spam. I don't think he's gonna do it. Are you gonna hit Legend this season? Regis asks Will179. I don't know for sure, but I'll probably try harder than I did last season, which was not particularly hard, or really not at all. So it's definitely more likely this season than last. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and start kicking off this Decksperiment, because I don't have a whole lot of time left to stream here, and I want to make sure that I do give it a good go. So, actually, give me just 1 second. Okay, never mind. Alright, guys, so the idea here with this Decksperiment, and I don't know if this is even really going to work at all. I don't know if people have already tried this. I've seen maybe a couple glimpses of lists that might be sort of close to what this is, but I don't really have a basis for what I want this deck to look like, and it may be terrible, it might be good, but I do want to try out at least a couple things. Namely is that Druid did get some pretty cool new beasts, of course, not only to their own class cards, but neutral cards that are really good beasts in Unguro. So more than ever, it seems like Beast Druid, which has always been an archetype that, you know, Blizzard has hinted at, might somehow be good, finally, but we've never really seen it. So what happens if you put beasts in a ramp environment? Because beasts that have worked so far have kind of been more like token style that I've seen with like Vicious Fledgling, Enchanted Raven. We've also seen Giant Anaconda played some, but in just more rampy style decks, not necessarily all in on beasts in ramp style decks. But Giant Anaconda is clearly one of the cards that seems like it would be really, really good in this kind of deck. Innervating out a Giant Anaconda, for instance, could just get you a really big minion like an Ultrasaur out and just dominate the board really quickly. So I only have one of these, but clearly I'm going to want to run 2 of these because I think it's core to what the deck is trying to accomplish. So Giant Anaconda is the first piece of the puzzle. There's also the Verdant Longneck, new with Unguro. Just a good mid-range minion that seems like a really strong beast. And then a card that never really took off, despite how overpowered people thought it was going to be, is Menagerie Warden. And I think I'm going to go ahead and toss this in the deck too, because, you know, getting a second Giant Anaconda could be crazy. Even if you pulled a Menagerie Warden out of your Giant Anaconda, still a free 5/5 like that is crazy. Not to mention Tyrantus, of course, the biggest baddie of all in Unguro here. Could actually work in this deck, but we're going to have to find some ways to make him work because I'm still worried that he's just a little bit too slow. But there's clearly even more new beasts in Unguro. Like Volcanosaur, for instance, is a fantastic mid to late game beast that could be good in a ramp Druid deck. Bittertide Hydra is probably not terrible, but I don't know that it fits exactly what we're trying to accomplish because it's not defensive enough, and this is going to be more of a control, more of a defensive style deck than an aggressive one. I think Hydra's better in those environments. Nesting Rock has been a good minion, generally speaking, in Unguro, but I don't know that we're going to often enough have 2 minions out on board to give this taunt, and therefore I'm not sure it's something I'd want to run over just, say, Druid of the Claw, right? Charged Devilsaur is kind of intriguing because it's good defensive trading value against bigger stuff, but it's also great with Giant Anaconda because without the Battle Cry, it's just 7 damage to the face sometimes, which could be really cool. That'd be a neat little combo on occasion. And then there's this guy. Just the big giant beast, right? Like the big, high-statted, healthy beast, which I don't know that it's a good fit for the deck. But of course, everybody out there loves Ultrasaur so much. I just don't know if I can pass them up. There's so much Ultrasaur spam. I feel like we gotta have it. I just think it has to be here. And I'm going to try to find ways to make it work. Because I think we're going to add some taunt givers to this deck. Because the biggest problem with all of these big cards like Tyrantus, Ultrasaur, even Volcanosaur to some extent, is that what happens is you often just play them. And your opponent can just ignore them. They just go face with a bunch of little stuff. They don't have to force any actions through all of the mana that you just spent. So it's like you just lose tempo, you lose advantages. You can't kill your opponent fast enough to make it worth it. Pirates are just going to pirate, right? Pirates will be pirates. They'll go face. So having Taunt Givers suddenly makes these cards a lot better because suddenly your opponent has to deal with the 14 health for Ultrasaur. They have to recognize it and act through it, making Ultrasaur an activated, valuable minion. So I think stuff like, for instance, if I can get there, Defender of Argus and Sun Fury Protector and Faceless Shambler are cards which help us activate these giant minions, right? They make all of these do active things on the board instead of just sit there and let our opponent ignore them. And Charged Devilsaur is another card that's a little bit more active and reactionary on the board, which I like, but it also fits what the deck is trying to do with big beasts. So that's a pretty neat little set of kind of core cards. So in a way, you could almost think about this deck kind of like a hand-lock druid, right? But you get to innervate out some of these big beasts. The biggest problem is perhaps card draw. We don't have the card draw consistency of a hand lock. We also don't have the removal spells of a hand lock. So those are the things we have to think about now as we fill out sort of the rest of this list, now that we've got some of our key... actually, Mark of the Wild is an interesting inclusion too, because it's another card that can force action through these big minions. Not to mention it's just a buff. But now we also want to look for beast synergy stuff, like Mark of Yashiraj is a great card draw that activates some beasts. We don't want to spend just 2 mana here. Vermin Sensei is a beast synergy card, but I'm not sure it's a good enough one. I think this is better perhaps in like aggressive or mid-range style decks, so I don't think that's going to do it for us. Druid of the Claw, why is that? Oh, it doesn't show up as a beast. Yeah, it does. It's a dude first and then a beast later. So like Druid of the Claw could fit in this deck pretty well just as a mid to late game kind of survivability card that also has some flexibility thanks to charge. But as you'll note, we're at 25 cards and I don't have anything like Wrath yet. I think we have to run a Wrath, and I think we have to run a Swipe as removal to keep us alive in the early game. But the last thing we're missing is Ramp, of course, right? So we need Wild Growth and we need Innervate, but then look, we only have 1 slot left. So what do we do? What do we cut? And it's a really great way to build decks, I think, for people out there who want to try to build more decks and have more fun building decks. I mean, Alarmobot is an option, guys, but it's not going to work. It's just, I've tried it before. It just dies every time, 1,000 times over. It doesn't work. So we got to cut something. I think the Faceless Shamblers are the most obvious cut because they do less than Defender of Argus as far as like flexibility is concerned. And we don't necessarily want to make copies. We want to activate the beasts we have because we're going to be playing them for free and stuff. So I think cutting those makes sense, but we still do need double Innervate here as well. So we still have to find something else to cut. Like maybe a Volcanosaur, for instance. I feel like this is sort of the slowest of the minions that we have available. Although Ultrasaur actually probably takes that cake. Like maybe we just run 1 Ultrasaur and we go back to another Volcanosaur here. That feels like a more fair... That way we've got just like the 1 Ultrasaur. We're going all in on 1 Ultrasaur. I think that's more fun. Yo, Regis, longtime fan of your YouTube channel, catching the stream for the first time, says Snar, LOL. How's it going? It's going really well, man, and thanks for stopping by. It's cool to have you here. Weasel Tunneler, a lot of people are suggesting, but I don't think that's going to work for us in our ramp-style deck, guys. I'm sorry. By the way, I promised someone I'd check Twitter, and I forgot while I was away, although I've gotten a million... I gotta retweet that, guys. That is beautiful. Oh my god. Great Photoshop, the mother potato, whoever you might be on Twitch. Oh my god, there are spicy memes all over Twitter today. You weren't lying, dude. Great. Great stuff. You guys gotta go check my Twitter. I just retweeted 2 of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. If you are at all a fan, I think you're gonna enjoy these a ton. Beautiful stuff. Well done, good sir. Well done. Daddy has seen my memes. That's right. I indeed have. That's you, Fartometer 5000. I would expect nothing less from a guy named Fartometer 5000. Or maybe it's Fartometer, because that sounds funnier, but I think it's Fartometer. So... Giant Mastodon, by the way, is kind of an intriguing beast too, just because it's such a big taunt. It's like what we're trying to accomplish with our, taunt giving cards, but it does it itself, which is pretty nice. But that's actually 30 cards, guys. I think the biggest risk here is do we have enough early game to survive? Like, yeah, we have a lot of 2-drops, but look how many of them are situational, right? Like Mark of the Wild, situational. Mark of Yashirash, situational. And I don't think we have enough to survive. Even with Ramp, even with Wrath, like, we're just not going to be able to stabilize in the mid-game enough. So I think we have to cut, like, Mark of the Wild, even though I kind of like the idea of it. Stuff like Earthen Scales is definitely something that could help us stabilize some health. I also kind of just like the idea of maybe running an Enchanted Raven, for instance. Addled Grizzly, these kinds of smaller cards could do something really cool. Honestly, like a card like Naturalized is kind of intriguing. We're so late game oriented. You could just sacrifice a lot of card advantage for instant early board presence. What happens if we add in 2 Enchanted Ravens just for the occasional Mark of Yashiraj value, just some early taunts from time to time, trade value. Maybe we could cut Verdant Longnecks just because we already have Druid of the Claw for some 3-drops. Like a 3-drop is clearly absent in our deck right now. Are there any good beast 3-drops that could work for us? Ironfur Grizzly, not really. King Mukla is kind of intriguing. Maybe just some 3-drops that are more situationally defensive. Something like Stonehill Defender might actually be pretty cool. What taunt minions does Druid actually have access to? Not many, because most of them are choose ones, right? So I don't think these... Jade Behemoth, Dark Arakoa would get discovered. Ironbark Protector, I don't think anything else would. Plus all the neutral taunts. Not opposed to something like a Stonehill Defender getting teched in just as a 3-drop. Frankly, a Tar Creeper might be good too, just to give us some sort of defensive minion, because we just have such a big hole in our deck right now. I know it doesn't necessarily fit the theme, but remember you have to build a deck, not just a thematically appropriate deck. Feral Rages are kind of intriguing too. What if we did like this and added in 2 Feral Rages just for the armor and the occasional attack value to clear, like the Frothing Berserker or whatever that we run into? Because like Pirates, we don't have to necessarily kill everything. Once we develop big taunts, we can stabilize. I kind of like that change just to smooth this out a little bit. Not sure. Vicious Fledgling, I like Fledgling generally speaking, but I don't think necessarily it fits here. Nourish is a suggestion. Typically I like Nourish, but I think our curve is smooth enough that we don't need a lot of card draw. In other words, we have a lot of high-cost stuff. We're not typically going to run out of cards. We really only have Mark of Yashiraj and Wrath right now, but I suspect that might just be enough, because we're going to eventually top deck 7-drops, 6-drops, 5-drops, stuff that goes a long way as far as our mana is concerned, so... Coverts, how dare you. I just don't think Vicious Fledgling is the right fit for this deck. It's more offensively minded than defensively minded. Everybody wants me to craft a golden Ultrasaur, it looks like. No, thank you, Guadalupes. No, thank you. Elder Longneck, I think that's another one that's just a little bit too... too situationally weak, even though it's an Ungoro Beast. We still have to, like I said, build a good deck. It's not just about... kind of playing all the Ungoro cards that synergize with it. I like the list where it's at right now, frankly. Enchanted Raven just for that little bit of early game. Feral Rage for some defensive/removal utility. This card always frustrates me so much when I play against it. I feel like it'd be pretty good. And then a lot of late game beast stuff to play off. Menagerie Warden. Giant Anaconda can pull some big hits with like Tyrantus, Ultrasaur, Charged Devilsaur. Taunt Givers to make these guys even better. I don't hate it. I'm a little bit worried that Ancient of War is a good suggestion, I guess, but I'm just a little bit worried Defender Vargas is going to fall flat here, because it's kind of expensive to combo out with these guys. Like, you can't do a 4-mana card and a 7-mana card together. And also, we just don't have like the early game for it to help like stabilize an early game board, which I think it's really, really strong to do. Like, it's good at that. So I think I'm actually going to cut these. Because like Ancient of War was a good suggestion. Sonari is actually not a terrible suggestion, but a little bit slow, I suspect. So maybe like one Ancient of War, but that's just so many 7-drops. Look at that ridiculous curve we have. Like that's just, I don't know if I can abide by that curve. I feel like maybe something like Stonehill Defender would be better than Ancient. We could definitely run Silverhawk Patriarch for the beast synergies, but I kind of think like Stonehill or Tar Creeper might just go farther. Tar Creeper in particular seems like it might just be a better curve play to give us just because again we have to survive. Yes, we have ramp, but we have to survive, and that's a cheap enough minion that you can combo it out with other stuff to live without, I think, compromising our eventual game plan. Tar Creeper is just such a good, flexible early to mid range minion. I think I have to go for it. What deck did you climb with? All Face Hunter from rank 16 to rank 5. And in fact, I can tell you my win rate with it too. I think that's actually intriguing. Let's see. I climbed from 16 to 5 with a 62% win rate with Hunter. I think that's right. I think that's right. Which, by the way, was like 75% until today. I lost more games today, I think, than any other day. Lost 5 in a row at one point today. So if you take that stretch out, it's even better. And once we actually, that was with a previous edition of the list. Once we changed the list to include a different card, it looks like we went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 and 4 since then. So considerably better. Anyway, that was a diversion I didn't need to have. But at the end of the day, I think I like this list, guys. I think I'm going to go with this. I like that change. Get rid of the defenders. Add in the just straight up taunt to survive. Raven's good. Ultrasaur made the cut. Ultrasaur made the cut, guys. Show him some love with some more spam. Because I love that Ultrasaur spam. So let's test it. Let's do it. Let's see if we can lose some ranks. We can't lose some ranks. We might lose a star, but not any ranks today. Not enough draw to make the quest valuable. Yeah, this cannot be a quest deck for sure. You're absolutely right, MKH. By the time the quest is done, we will be out of cards and we won't be able to advantage the quest at all. If we wanted to try to build a quest deck, we definitely have to do it a little bit differently than this. But I mean, I like the ideas. I like the suggestions. Good thoughts all around. It's always fun having you guys chime in with the decks. Just because I disagree with you, by the way, doesn't mean I think you had a terrible idea. I'm just explaining why I think the way we're going to do it differently makes more sense for me. Hey, Regis, can you give me a swap for 1 Anaconda and 1 Devil Soar? Yeah, like Ancient of Wars were a good fit, I think. But I don't really know yet. Like, we haven't obviously made the list yet. I don't know if it's good at all, so who knows? But, I mean, any other 7-drop, sure. Sounds like fine. What changes did you make to Face Boop, says Snar? We changed Rat Pack for Vicious Fledgling, and it was a really good change. It made a big difference. Could innervate the hero power to kill that, but I don't really see why. I can just hero power next turn. I don't really have anything else to do. Maybe swipe if it's somehow advantageous. If he plays a minion worth swiping. Sure. I think it's worth it. Could have innervated the long neck, but I could just play it straight up this turn too. So if I get a 7-drop too, like Anaconda, that would be a pretty big hit, I think. Yashraj doesn't do much probably, but hopefully that's not Mirror Entity. Could be, but what can I do? We have so many big dudes, I don't think I could play around it. Regis Kilbin, do win streaks not count after rank 5? That's right, they don't. Once you hit rank 5, you lose win streak benefits. So it's just 1 star at a time. And that's why it can take a really long time to rank up at that point. Man, I wish I'd innervated out the Yasharaj now. But this is pretty good too. Kill it. You can kill it. All you gotta do is ping, dude. Don't you polymorph it. Don't you polymorph it. It's not gonna kill it. What a jerk. What a jerk. I don't even mind necessarily he gave me like a card draw. I guess I just go face, right? Vaporize would have pulled a Tyrantus. That would have been fine. It's obviously Ice Block though, so... Well, now anyway. Why would you play Tyrantus when you could have another Ultrasaur? Pretty good question, honestly. Regis Gilman, top 10 best commons to craft. Well, I could. Do you guys think that's valuable? They're so cheap, I can't decide. I've done it before, but I didn't feel like it was a particularly useful thing to do. We just use this for armor and hero power this down. Clearly he's looking to do some burst damage at some point, so I feel like armor is going to be valuable. I guess I could just innervate the Tyrantus. What difference does it make? Like, only Doomsayer would be really good against that, I guess. And he just used Frost Nova? Let's just innervate it out. Screw it. I don't even care. Deal with it, bro. Deal with it. Hey man, do you think a Secret Mage deck is good enough to hit Legend this month? Yeah, I do. I think Secret Mage is good enough. As long as you get a good list, I think you'll be totally fine. Alright, so we had another Frost Nova. Cool. Great news. I'm going to leave that in hand, just in case. Just armoring up for life here. We have, like, Ice Block Lethal on board if he doesn't kill with that stuff, so... I mean... I guess he could figure it out. we'll see what happens. Oh, that's actually a great draw. Jeez. We'll get to summon this Anaconda for free, though, and hopefully, like, chain out some stuff here. Not that it matters, because you have the mana anyway. This basically bought me a hero power, and that's it. Good news is these have to now... He doesn't get any more minion damage for a long time, presumably. He's got to go through this the old-fashioned way if he wants to get minion damage through. I mean, the Anaconda dies for free, but what does he do with this? How does he resolve this? Imagine if I get the Menagerie Warden, guys, on the 12/12 Taunted Tyrantus. Are you serious right now? That would be insane. Oh, I love that beautiful Ultrasaur spam. Only today, though. We can only super spam Ultrasaur while he's in a deck. That's the rule, mods. If any mods are hanging out, that's the rule. Only allowed for super spam. Like, normally just one or two, but today you can go nuts. But only because he's in the deck. If only Tyrantus was neutral, that would maybe help. He big game hunters it. Oh my god, I would be pretty salty if that happened, to tell you the truth. I would be pretty frustrated. That'd be one of those few times... Oh! I called it, and we hit it, guys. We hit it. I called it. Oh my god. Yep. Oh man, the double Tyrantus taunt is sick. I'm not saying the deck is good based on that, but the deck is pretty good. That was worth the entire experience. What a good start. Oh my god. That's perfect. Did we just make a good deck, guys? No mods are here, and you know what that means. You should promote me to enforce the law. I have a pretty full mod roster right now, guys. I'm sorry. I know there's probably some people out there who would make great mods. No doubt about that. Some long-time viewers and stuff. But I basically, the people who reached out to me the soonest, most of them before I even started streaming on Twitch, and basically expressed their interest and told me why they'd be good mods. That's who made the mod list. And so far, they've been a great crew. So it worked out pretty well. Hunter's kind of scary, right? Taunts don't really help against kill commands and hero power. So we need to make sure we get out fairly quickly here. It's sort of slow. It's not the fastest one drop. Is he thinking about coining? Wild Growth, of course. Great play. Enchanted Raven Mark will be fine as well. Expect to see Razor Maul always. Kindly Grandmother's good because it's slow. Could obviously hero power, but I think this is just going to give me more dividends in the long run. What are you playing, Regis? This is a Ramp Beast Druid deck that I just built. We played one game, which included a double Taunted Tyrantus, which is awesome. "100% win rate, PogChamp." Yep, that's the goal, always. What did he, Oh, he gave that death rattle. Okay, I see. Double Razor Maul. That's actually pretty scary. Poisonous is good, too. Jeez, that's a pretty good turn. Taunting this doesn't accomplish a lot. Oh, that was a good turn. Jeez. The poisonous really sucks. I mean, Feral Rage Wrath does deal with 2 of those, but it leaves 2 minions out. I guess I can Druid of the Claw next turn, but Houndmaster's pretty good. I don't know. We're gonna need some taunts off these Volcanosaurs, I think. Whoa! What up with all the new follows here? Dracon, Atmosphere 6, and BR3N. Guys, thank you for the follows. Happy to have you here. Oh boy. This is where we go Deadzer, I think. I think we're donezo. This is gonna have to hit big. +3 health and taunt or something really insane. What else could possibly help me here? Not much, I don't think. Hopefully he has to trade these in and not just trade Kill Command. That would be real bad. 7 to face. +2 mana probably for 9 to face. Be at 8 health with not much to do. That's pretty scary too. Swipe would be clutch though. Swipe? No swipe. Innervate hero power is still fairly good. Let's see what we get here. Taunt is important. And +3 health. Okay, cool. So we called that one. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. We got to kill, obviously, that the charged Thunder Rhino there. Too scary. Just tried Face Boop. Such a good deck. I almost regret naming it Face Boop. It's like going to be my claim to fame. Bellaronic says, thanks for being on YouTube live yesterday. I was able to watch on my phone at work. For some reason, my S7 doesn't work with Twitch, I mean. Sorry, man. That sucks, but it's cool that you are here on Twitch today and were able to watch yesterday, too. It's awesome. No Deadly Shot. Bless RNG. Yeah, no joke, dude. Deadly Shot would absolutely destroy me, as would those 2 minions right there. Those would also do it. Oh, sure. I think I got to, right? I think I have to kill it. I go down to 4 health is the problem. I guess I could stall it. Just kill one and play the other Volcanosaur. But then it goes up to an 8-5. Like, the Volcanosaur dies. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. But I don't see how else I live. I'm dead to Kill Command. I just don't know what else to do. But the problem is I don't have any life gain. So I have to win the game in the next 3 turns. If he hero powers every turn. Which is not going to happen. So I'm pretty much doomed regardless. Unless for some reason he thinks he doesn't need to hero power. As long as he hero powers every turn, he wins the game. He doesn't have to play any more minions. Well, that gives me outs, actually. The fact that he's not... Taunt? Nope. I'm dead. Had to be taunt, I think. Well, technically, I guess I'm not totally dead. Maybe I should have done this a different way. I just kind of grabbed the +3 health because I thought I was dead. So I just snap picked it. But it's probably good because some Fear Protector could put me back in the game. Still not dead. That's going to kill me eventually, though. I actually thought the Knuckles was going to kill me. I guess that's to actually attack, not just do damage. But I was trying to suicide, but it took a couple extra turns to suicide there. Is he doing meme decks, says X and P. No, I don't actually think this is a meme deck. I think it's a legitimately decently put together deck. I don't know that it's great, and it does run Ultrasaur, but there's some logic to the Ultrasaur decision. It's not totally just memes. Swiper no swiping, says Sean Valverde. Essentially, yeah. I like the Dora memes. Maybe it glitches and you draw 2 Innervates and a 100-100 taunt Ultrasaur. I thought Ultrasaur was always a 100-100 taunt. Is it not? Huh, I may have gotten it wrong. Hey, Atmosphere 6, thanks again for the follow, dude, and happy to have you here in chat. Feel free to ask some questions, hang out. John, since it's 1 a.m. here in my country, been studying until now, and now finally watch you before some bedtime. Cool, man, I hope I can help you fall asleep a little bit. I guess I just hard mulligan for ramp, right? It's mage, which means Wrath might be okay, but I really, 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 really want to get a Wild Growth. And I really, really, really want to get a minion to play proactively. So this is a good hand. It's fine. Don't be counterspell, I guess. Don't be counterspell, I guess. Don't. I'm actually gonna coin this Wild Growth, believe it or not. Typically wouldn't want to do that on 3, but since we can Hero Power Enchanted Raven to clear this and develop a minion, I think our turn 3 looks better if we coin the Wild Growth. Plus, it actually kind of helped test the counterspell perhaps a little. Because if it failed, we could have just played the Raven. Although it would have been fairly bad. It's not a bad mirror entity target as far as my deck is concerned. If I'm going to give him a minion, that's the minion I want to give him, not an Ultrasaur. What? Regis conceded? Who is this? Well, I didn't actually concede. I sometimes will suicide, you know, Sudoku as they say. But never actually a true concede. Pretty sure I just passed through your city a couple hours ago, says Atmosphere 6. Well, the Atmosphere is always here, actually. I mean, it's a bad joke. It's a bad joke, guys. Really bad joke. I suppose Divine Shield's probably going to give me the most average value here. If it forces the ping, what can he do with 2 mana left, right? Like, he can Frostbolt it, but it doesn't kill it. The +1/+1s, I feel like, would just die incidentally to something of a mage's, right? Pings and so on and so forth. I want this to live. I think this is a fine swipe board. He's not going to play that many minions. I know it's just 2 mana that I swiped, but it helps protect this guy, and it kind of bought some damage to the faces too. Do you mean Seppuku? Yeah, I do, but everybody says commit Sudoku. That's kind of the joke. Like, it's a meme. That's what he wanted to do before. I guess I'll Feral Rage that. Anaconda on 7 is great. Womp womp, you're in the loo, yeah? Hey, good math, dude. You figured it out. Yeah, sounds like you drove through pretty close to me pretty recently. Farnometer says, I know you said you don't need mods, but who wouldn't love a meme lord with a totally professional username as their mod? We already have one with the Mysterious C. He's a spicy memer himself. I like to have one memer on the team here. Throwing out the hot memes. Hot, fresh memes straight from the mod squad. Top 10 comments to craft Ultrasaur would be number 1. No joke, Tiny Finn Craven. Absolutely, dude. What? Well, we gotta deal with that, obviously. I don't really know what to do with my turn here, though. I guess I'll just trade into that 3-2. And play the Sun Fury and the Hero Power. I'm not going to Wild Growth this late because I want to use that for card draw later, right? Swipe didn't seem appealing. This at 5 health is fine, even if he Fireballs it or whatever. I need a good draw here, though. We could whiff on something if we're not careful, but... Like Innervate, Enchanted Raven. Basically anything below Druid of the Claw would be a decent whiff, I think. That's not a bad swipe target. Oh, that's actually, well, not that great of a draw, because I need the hero power. Swipe, hero power, just clear the board. Now I kind of wish we'd gotten a cheap card, in hindsight. Will you try Cthulhu Priest? Seems like a good control deck. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Can you please say the E sound at the end of my name and not the A sound? Yeah, Valverde. Valverde. Is that what you're suggesting? Valverde? Instead of Valverde. To me, E versus A does not actually clarify which is right, because it still kind of sounds like... Oh, God! I didn't know I only had 3 health. What happened? Did not know I only had 3 health. When did that happen? When did I end up with just 3 health? What happened? Using my face to trade too much, I guess. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, cool. Valverde. Valverde. The reason I say that is because, I say Valverde, is because I'm a cycling fan, professional cycling, and there's a guy named Alejandro Valverde, and I say it like that because that's the name I know. Valverde. Valverde. I must meet this beam lord. Is he an American time zone? Because then rip me. Yeah, I think unfortunately he is. Or he seems to be on all the time. I'm surprised he's not in chat right now. Where is the mysterious C at? Let's see. Is he here? No, he's not here. It's unusual. Do I have any mods on right now? It's like a free-for-all in chat. I don't think I have any mods.
Must be preserved.
Ooh. It's there. It's happening. It's here. Druid, though, I think we need to get out fast against Token. Wild Growth's probably good. Innervate's probably good. Love to see, like, Enchanted Raven. That's fine. Char Creeper's going to be good. Wrath is going to be good. We need some fast cards, or we're just going to get blown over. Seven drops seem worse than 6 drops right now, I'll tell you that. 6 drops seem like they're much more playable. Wish we had more good 6 drops. What are the odds he's also playing ramp, guys? What do you think? I don't think they're very good. I don't think the odds are... Oh, thank God we drew this. Otherwise, we would absolutely just be dead. I don't want to try to ping that down because I'm going to be able to innervate an actual minion, so I don't think I'm going to be able to hero power next turn, so I'll just hero power face, mostly for the armor gain and mana flexibility. Thank God we drew that Wrath, or we probably just straight up lost the game. I don't care about that thing so much. That's pretty slow. Innervate Volcanosaur looks pretty good here, I think. Anaconda dies, but it just summons a 5/6 Volcanosaur. I guess that's actually pretty good with Mark of Yashiraj, though. Let's just Anaconda. He might be scared to kill it and give me some control, too. Like, I don't think he makes this trade. I think he just goes face and lets me dictate a little bit. Because he'll be real scared to pop out like a Tyrantus or something. No, never mind. He's going to do it. Okay. Fine with me. Free 5/6. Swipe's a good draw. Really. Oh my God, Swipe is so good. Swipe Wrath is actually... Never mind. Swipe sucks. Swipe's a terrible draw. I just can't believe I got naturalized. Like, what happened? Well, there is multiple ways to pronounce my last name, Regis Kill, but yeah, definitely. I'm sorry I'm getting it wrong, though. I want to get it right, obviously, of course. I want to get it right, so I'll try my best. Yeah, something. It's something, guys. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's forcing some action through. Swipe just got so bad at that Power of the Wild, though. Man, what a good turn he had. Patches is so good in Token, because it's a free card to buff, basically. So unbelievably good. Have you ever visited the UK, Regis? No, Brandon Barr, I have not. And believe it or not, despite being what most would consider a man of the world, I've never actually left the United States in my life. So, I have not, in fact, been to the UK. I've been all over the US and traveled quite a bit just for work and for leisure, but never outside the US. Oh, I don't think I have any outs here. Maybe hit Taunt on this and Wrath one of these and trade into the other. Still not enough. He just has 0 power, the remaining guy. Swipe trade leaves him with 6 damage on board. Could Wrath the other one for 2 damage on board. He has 0 power for lethal. I don't think there's any outs, guys. I think this is the best play, but there's no outs. It's just 3 damage on board. That Naturalize, I've never seen that, guys. I like it, actually. I think Naturalize is an underutilized card. Sometimes tempo is so much more important than is card advantage. That I feel like Naturalize is better than people realize. Golden Patches Puke. You're right, I didn't even notice. How long is the stream going to go for? Probably another 30 or 40 minutes or so. Want to make sure we give this deck plenty of time to shine and or fail. We drew Ultra Sword, but still didn't win, guys. Something's not right. I think the game is broken. I think the game is actually broken today. If you ever got the chance to go anywhere, where would you go? Probably Japan. That's probably a boring answer, but Japan just looks awesome. I mean, Europe too has some appealing places, obviously, but Japan's just so cool. Well, the more you go live, the more I'll be here, so you'll get used to it eventually. Definitely, man. We'll get your name right, don't worry. I may forget, just remind me every time. Tell me I'm stupid. I'll get it. Fret not, Regis, I have just tuned in. Oh, thank God, dude. I was getting worried. I thought you might have died. I thought you got in, like, a car wreck on the way. I was legitimately concerned for your well-being. Probably not a bad hand at the end of the day. A lot of ramp, but not a lot of minions. We're going to have to be careful here. Emptying our hand too much. That's scary. He thinks I'm token, though. Which is probably good for the mulligan. Because he's not mulliganing for ramp. Like, he might have thrown away heavy removal or whatever. Hi, Dad, I'm back! The Mysterious Sea, we were just talking about you, dude. Speak of the devil, as they say. We were just talking about you. Fardometer is he wants some competition. I told him, well, he said he wanted to be a mod. That we needed a meme lord on the mod squad. And I told him we already had one. The Mysterious Sea is our resident, meme guy as far as mods are concerned. So he's a little jealous, I think, of your position. I guess we could just play this. I kind of wish we could play this, but we're 1 mana off. Does that mean I just swipe and wait to set up the trade next turn? That backfires if he doubles the health on this. It'd go to 10 plus the heal would be insane. I don't know that I could ever deal with that. But Volcanosaur, what could I get? He has 7 damage attacking on board. I'd need health to keep it alive. Or Divine Shield to keep it alive. It would trade reasonably well, or at the very least set up a swipe. I think I'm better off just going for the Volcanosaur now. But then next turn, all I could really do is swipe. Swipe for the minion kill instantly. He heals it up to 7. I think I'll just swipe. I don't know if I like this, though. This might suck. I think he just heals it up to 7, and I play the Devil's Sword to kill it next turn, though. That's my hope. Hopefully there's no heal, Divine Spirit shenanigans. I just want to see only heal. That's fine. Well, that's less fine, but probably still okay. I'm still going to do it. I know it dies now, but we got to get it off the board, and he's out of cards, so I don't know. I feel okay about it. This is not the best 6-drop in history, but I'll play it if I have to, just as a 5/5. Oh, well, is there two better top decks in his deck right there than those? Just because they help him refill his hand and buff that minion for free, basically? I don't think there are. I think those are the two best top decks in his entire deck. Which makes me a little salty. Oh, we're spamming Ultra Sword today, Mysterious Sea, dude. Ultra Sword spam is flying because it's in our deck, dude. Look at the deck list, Mysterious Sea. It's in the deck. We've created a monster and it's time. It's time to unleash it. Could mark this to set up a trade. It obviously doesn't give me a ton of value, but I could Wrath first, set up the trade. This has got a little bit of health left. Let's Wrath first. I need to dodge the silence on this. Innervate is kind of spicy because of the Volcano Sword, but I really do need to kill this, so I think we're stuck in this route. Does playing this really help me at all? It forces this minion to trade, I guess, which is pretty valuable. Yeah, it helps. Might just kill this guy outright. I just hope he can't silence this dude or we're going to be in trouble. Or copy it again. Like, we need him to run out of gas. We need to clear the board before he... Ugh. Oh my god. The top decks, dude. I'm surprised he didn't trade. Like, I think that's a mistake. Because now he knows I can just straight up kill that. And I think I will. I'm not going to use the swipe. I'm just going to trade hero power. It's only 4 damage and just innervate the Volcano Sword. I'm totally fine with this. That thing only does 2 damage per turn. It's not that scary. Divine Shield looks sort of good. Plus 3 attack after might be really good. Is that like Shadow Word Death? Did these guys run Shadow Word Death? I don't even know. Probably do, don't they? In that case, I think I want Membrane. Because now he has to trade it. Can't do, like, shenanigans with it. Hey, buddy, watch this. Yeah, you got it, dude. That's the YouTube. Watching both streams is like having an echo. You can definitely mute one. If your beard was a card, what stats would it have? Oh man, worst wild growth turn ever. I think we just swipe there and trade into this. 5, 6, 7 with the swipe.
For the wild.
This will be exactly Purify, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. What do you want to bet? We're just dead. What do you want to bet? This game's had some pretty... Don't do it! Don't you do it! Do not. If that's Divine Spirit Inner Fire, I swear to God. I swear to God! Okay, no Inner Fire. So we're alive. That is a terrible top deck, though. Oh my God. It's not very helpful. I mean, it's a minion, it's good, don't get me wrong. We gotta kill this, even though it can't attack now, just in case it can next turn. Like, Inner Fire kills me, so Shadow Visions also kills me, so there's like 3 cards in his deck that I know are instant lethal. Potion doesn't, but it sure is good at removing. God, maybe I should have held on to that, actually, in hindsight. Maybe we should have held on to that. Ugh. Yeah, we should have held on to it, I think. He would have had to pick a minion to trade into. The Anaconda probably would have lived. But we're top decking, so I don't know if we can win anyway. I could have had another 2/2 out if I'd saved the Raven. He's still 3 out of 12 for lethal at any given point.
You wish to live forever.
Ugh, these suck on their own, that's for sure. Jeez. I just can't win. We're not top decking hard enough. We need like Tyrantus or Devilsaur or something. This thing's just instant lethal the second it gets Inner Fire. Or Shadow Visions. Which he's drawing 2 cards every turn. This is very, very likely. Great news. Awesome.
Where shall I strike?
It's no longer instant lethal with Inner Fire, at least. They don't run Shadows anymore? Seriously? Seems like it'd be really good. Is this already the Decksperiment? Yes, indeed it is, Dare Dude. Doing a ramp Druid deck. This deck is so sucks, bro, how you play with that deck, Regis. They don't run Shadow Visions anymore. What's that? You sure? Felt like maybe they run Shadow Visions. Oh, I was like, wait a second. Thanks for the out, bro. Can you unsilence a minion, somebody? Somehow? Taunt actually still keeps me in this game. Maybe we can fatigue him out somehow. This goes down to 6 if he heals it. Double card draw. Inner Fire still doesn't win him the game. Silence does. Yeah, that sucked. Oh, they don't run Shadow Word Death. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. That's what you mean. That makes more sense. That was an answer to my question. Yes, that makes more sense. I thought you meant they don't run Shadow Visions. That seemed mind-blowing to me. Shadow Word Death makes more sense. I was definitely questioning that one a little more. You can't purify Ultrasaur. It's the most pure card ever printed. He does seem like a pretty nice guy. Oh, but my beard stats. Did I ever answer that question? I think my beard stats would be, legendary, obviously. It's orange already, pretty much. So I guess the stats would be... I don't know. I guess it'd be like 2/2, and it would just say unkillable. Like the minion cannot ever be killed. Which, by the way, I think could be a balanced card if it costs the right amount of mana. I don't think that'd be a particularly oppressive card. So like 2/2 can't be killed because my beard simply cannot be killed. My beard is beyond the limits of time and space. It is truly immortal. So that's what it'd be. I could have said like 100, but I'm not quite so egotistical as that. A little more humble. Much as I'd like to Hero Power, I think we're fine to Wild Growth. Didn't see the quest come out just yet, so. Yeah, we haven't yet got to play Ultrasaur, unfortunately. Regis, you need faster ramp and stronger late game. Use Deathwing, Ysera, and Nourishes. I think I'll Wrath to start here for card draw. Is Hero Power better, or is just Enchanted Raven Innervate Mark better? I think it's not. I think we want to be sure to utilize our mana as efficiently as possible, because we can Innervate the Anaconda next turn, assuming we get a valuable minion to pull. Currently, we don't have one, which sucks. This is a little bad against Sap, unfortunately. Might just have to deal with that at some point, though. That's intriguing. That's a new one. I like it. Pirate Rogue. It's cool. Oh, there it is. Don't sap me, dude. Don't you sap me. I want that Ultrasaur on the board. We're going to draw Menagerie Warden, play Ultrasaur. Oh, he's not going to. Sweet, we're going to get Ultrasaur, but I'm scared I'm dead. Straight up Pirate Rogue. But I can just swipe, too. Trade, swipe. This goes down to 2. Can't play Feral Rage, but I could Hero Power, but it won't help much. So we'll swipe here, trade here. Ultrasaur, Enchanted Raven. Maybe just Hero Power for health. I guess I could just mark this. We can Feral Rage for health next turn. Let's just mark it for card draw instead. But in playing the Enchanted Raven, though, means I get to trade more favorably. I guess I'll do this instead. Ultra Sword's good enough on his own. It doesn't. We don't want to taint the Ultra Sword with the old gods, tentacles and stuff here. You could use Curator with Hungry Crab, Primordial Drake. Yeah, that's always a good little combo. Well, it looks like Ultra Sword's gonna have to attack, boys. Earthen Scales? What? I don't even care. I'm not that salty. So taunts are gonna be really important here. I need a taunt. Like, we have so many taunts in our deck. Feral Rage will keep me alive this turn, but we're still gonna have to stabilize at some point because he has so much damage. I mean, that's the coin. He only has 2 other cards. Is he thinking about doing something? Has he got like a prep in hand? Is he prep Eviscerate or something? Like, what's he on? Here, what's he thinking? Innervate might actually be helpful depending on the outcome of this Mark of the Ashurash. In fact, it is going to be helpful. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab this health just in case of shenanigans, right? Like, we float a mana, but what does it matter? We need to live. Which I think we certainly will now, but we may not have at 7 if you had, like, exactly double Eviscerate or something. So, this just keeps me a little safer. Sunfury Protector would actually be a great draw at this point, I think. Unless he has Sap. It's going to roll a Naturalize here for our Ultra Soar. Be pretty sad. Hey, Regis says, Zyka X Games. Well, hello right back at you, dude. How come you aren't Legend rank yet, asks All Ram D. Because I play too many fun decks, I think, at the end of the day. Like, look at what I'm playing, and yet you ask why I'm not Legend yet. I think a lot of your questions might, in fact, be answered immediately. Plus 3 health is so much better if I get Taunt, but so much worse than Wind Fury if I don't. Because I do have to kill the guy eventually, too. But I think I'll just play for the Taunt for the easy win. So we whiffed a little, but it's okay. It's okay. I'd much rather have Wind Fury now because we could kill him over 2 turns. Right now, it's probably going to take 3 turns to kill him. It's probably still okay, but could really make a difference ultimately. I think it's going to take 3 turns anyway because this is 14, 15. I guess if we hero powered both times, we could just kill him in 2 turns. We're at 11. He has 3 on board. He only has 2 real cards. I'm just going to go face. The 2-turn kill this way. So the Wind Fury maybe didn't matter after all, unless he saps or something. I like rank 5 because you play weird decks. This is such a weird deck. Dare Dude's heading to bed. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Matthew says, thanks for streaming on YouTube, man. I'm watching in class. Uh-oh. Be careful. Why don't you get Legend before Decksperiments, asks Allram D. Because it's... Because I gotta make videos all the time. I gotta stream every day. Like, it's a silly... Well, it's not a silly question, but... I think it should be fairly self-explanatory. I mean, if I spend the first 8 days of the month grinding the Legend and not making videos, I just have 8 days of nothing happening without actual videos and without Experiments. I feel like you're trying to be challenging about the fact that I'm not Legend yet, which I find interesting. I mean, would you like me to switch to the Legend card back to prove that it's possible? I just don't really see the advantage in hitting Legend immediately. Once you've done it a few times, it's really not that exciting of a thing to do consistently. Hey, oh, I already read that. Could you make a meme minions only deck? That's actually a pretty cool experiment idea. Only minions. Like, building a deck that works. I mean, God, there's probably some that are already close. Like, Zoo has been that in the past. Or darn near been that in the past. What do you think, Regis? Would the old Force of Nature combo druid be strong in the current state of the game? Might be too slow, believe it or not. It might just be too slow. Combo is really a slower strategy at the end of the day. I'm losing my voice a little bit, guys. So I'm not sure it would. I never really thought the combo itself was that overpowered anyway. we've seen other combos that do more damage that didn't just destroy the meta. I didn't think it was that nerf necessary, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. Yeah, Alexander, that's basically exactly what I was getting at. You nailed it. Zoo was basically all minions and a couple Soulfires back in the day. And frankly, even more recently than that. Just got here, says Gentleman Toast. How long is the stream planned for? Just another like 15 or 20 minutes probably, unfortunately. So you're gonna miss a little bit. Miss the first 3 hours or so. Okay. Cool. Great news. That's actually pretty good. It's a lot of pressure. We can suicide it for the Devil Sword to make trades if we want to. Also just to hit face if we want to. We gotta kill this guy. That also can happen. But we can swipe if he leaves us here and hopefully kill it. Hopefully he doesn't have the 4th grab. And we can kind of...
I hope you like my invention.
Swipe's looking really good. Don't get shot a step. God, he's already got the quest. That's really annoying. It's really annoying. What's good in climbing ladder? Is Quest Rogue still viable? It is definitely viable. I don't think it's the best deck out there right now, for what that's worth, but...
Amazing.
Oh god, Tyrantus might be enough to win me the game. Because if he plays the quest and he doesn't have prep, he doesn't get any minions this turn. So we do 8 to face, play the Devil's... Oh, we can't play Devil's Sword yet, though, so hopefully I get a playable card or this somehow dies. We can suicide this into a 5-attack dude, obviously. So he can quest and play 1 minion, it looks like, at least. Or the Coin Vanish is another line that could happen. Okay, well... Go right back at this, I guess. So this is one of 2 targets here that are both probably fairly good. Oh, prep quest. Come on, dude. Coin Vanish and prep quest after completing it on turn 4. Did he, like, hand pick this hand? Did he get to choose every card in order exactly? Because that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So I can actually guarantee that the Tyrantus comes out here, which is really cool. And killing these minions is advantageous anyway. So, he's only got 3 cards. We might be able to just go toe-to-toe with this guy. Play some stalls, force him to go through Tyrantus, maybe. Never mind, he has 4 cards. Every time, dude. It's gonna be the perfect stuff, too. Yeah, that's actually not that good. Pretty expensive for a 5/5 in his deck, in the scheme of things. Like, not in the real world, but in Quest Rogue. Pretty expensive. I think he has to trade. Patches is pretty good. I think Divine Shield here would be really clutch. So no, unfortunately we don't get it. I'll just taunt it up now. This is going to change my line a little bit. I was going to Divine Shield it, place Unfear on both of these. But now we'll just be sure to send one of those through it and basically give this Tyrantus the opportunity to attack face a few times. We could try to kill minions with it, right? But I think that's a losing play. I think we just have to develop enough stuff that we can hit face and kill him. Because he's not going to have the time to kill the Tyrantus, I don't think. He's got one more taunt in his deck, I suspect, with the other Bilefin Tidehunter, which could get in my way a little bit. But, swear to God. Every play has been perfect. Every play has been perfect. It's like he picked his deck by hand. 15, 20, 25, 35, 40. So I do have to kill some stuff. It blows my mind that he's like picked this deck by hand. So that's still 25. I'm gonna make a gamble here. I'm gonna gamble that he goes all face. He shouldn't. He should trade. But I'd lose the game regardless if I taunt this and he trades. My only shot is that he goes all face and can't kill me, and I get to do something like Tyrantus, Drew the Claw, Tyrantus Swipe, Tyrantus... But as soon as he trades, the game is over. Which, I mean, obviously he has to trade. Like, that's clearly the best play. I just can't believe his draw order has been ridiculous. I mean, just insane plays every turn. Just mind-blowing. Oh, if I ever get salty, it's stuff like that that's going to do it. I just think that this deck, when it draws so well, is so frustrating to play against. Even though we were doing stupidly overpowered things, you just can't beat that draw. And that's what makes it unhealthy. The deck's win rate is not good. Everybody knows. It loses hard a lot. But when it draws well, what can you do? What interactions can you have? I don't think we could have done anything better. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Do you think if you play more and more Hearthstone, you will become a Reynad? Says some dude 2696. That game would suggest maybe so. Maybe, in fact, I will. That'll do it.
I must protect the wild.
Elemental Shaman is close to only minions. All they run is Lightning Storm and Hex for the most part. Yeah, that's true. There's probably a lot of decks that come fairly close to that that goal. Oh, there it is, dude. I love that Ultra Sword, dude. Tweet me that so I can retweet it. Fartometer. I love all the spicy Regis memes, dude. It's great. Uh-oh, Mysterious Sea's getting in on the action, too. Oh, he linked it. I see. Oh, multiple links. I love it. Rogue is Cancer to Hearthstone. It's so easy to complete, and the reward is way too high. It's just bad design. I think I kind of agree with you that it's just bad design. It's pretty frustrating. Regis, any advice for Miracle Priest? Don't be too quick with your resources. Sometimes mega comebacks are a thing, so you should try to hold occasionally for like really big plays. Instead of like trying to barely scoot by for a long time and making suboptimal plays, just hoping you stay alive. Just be sure that you can do some crazy swings later on for maximum impact. What? I ain't seen this card lately. I don't know about you guys. My hand's a little awkward, but we can start heavy swinging real soon with this Innervate. Like, and he's taken forever, so we're gonna have time, I think. This is the ultimate Hex immunity. It's nice. Imagine being at rank 15 and not being able to rank up because you're playing free-to-play against all quest rogues. Yeah, there's definitely some hurdles occasionally in the rank up process. I've been there before, too. Like, it's just, you get stuck in a rut where all these crazy, stupid decks and people are playing stuff that's not really all that good, but still is frustrating to play against and holds you back, particularly if the matchups are right. It's pretty good against Shaman, I think. Still hits like Lightning Storm and Volcano kill it, but might just Feral Rage Hero Power that, honestly. Swipe Hero Power looks slightly better, though. Same kind of thing, but I saved the Feral Rage. Take quite a bit to face, but I'm doing the same to him. And obviously developing the board better, so. Can't mark with Yashiraj. This is the only problem with the can't be targeted option. Yeah, guys, don't post YouTube spoilers in chat. Be careful. People haven't watched the videos all the time. Although, I don't really think spoilers are too big of a concern in top 10 lists. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Reynad the Salty? Probably. I've written some pretty funny stuff about Reynad before on TempoStorm.com, despite the fact that Reynad clearly owns TempoStorm.com. I should try to find that one paragraph I wrote about Reynad that I thought was particularly beautiful. This might just be Druid of the Claw charge. No, that doesn't feel very good, does it? Feral Rage doesn't do a lot either. I want to kill this Flame Tongue. Feral Rage leaves me with 4 mana. I guess I could just Mark of Yasharaj this since I have plenty of mana left.
For the wilds.
This guy's hit for 16 so far. It's crazy. I didn't have lethal, did I? Or close to? Like, we may have lethal next turn. We have 8 in hand, 8 here, and 3 here. It's a lot of damage. You have 19 damage in hand if he doesn't taunt up. Charged Devilsaur is so good with Giant Anaconda, right? Like, we haven't seen that interaction much, but they sure seem like they'd be great together. Oh, that's just lethal. You have 8 and 8. Well played.
Where shall I strike?
Wow, I did not expect to win like that, but that guy's deck was just so slow. I think he must have had an awkward hand or something, because that was a little too easy. That was awesome, though. Guys, I mean, we're not, like, losing every game, which is sometimes a good sign with Decksperiments. Like, sometimes just not losing every game is a bit of an accomplishment. Like, sometimes that means your deck is not absolutely brokenly bad, which we've had happen, clearly. And it happened with the Deathwing Quest Warlock previously. Most recently, in fact. This deck is mad, man. Playing a Druid Quest deck at the moment. Sounds like it's probably got some similarities. I swear aggro Druid is the cheapest way to rank up fast. Do you need any legendaries for Secret Mage? Because for aggro Druid, the most expensive card is Living Mana. You probably need like a couple legendaries for Secret Mage, yeah. Just in case this guy's a whiffed Pirates, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Can Hero Power on 2, Innervate a 4-drop or something if we need it. Tar Creeper, maybe. Mark of Yasharaj would be a great draw. He thinks we're token, by the way. So he's like all in on dealing with this board as reasonably as he can. Oh my god. Yeah, that's like the saddest thing I've ever seen. That is absolutely the saddest start to a Hearthstone game I've ever experienced. He top deck patches on turn 2 without playing a 1-drop as a Pirate Warrior. Like, that is as bad as it gets. He just said, screw it, I'm done for the day. I can't handle this. Alexander says, rank 1 Legend Secret Mage costs 1.7k dust. Deck is so good. Well, there you go then, man. Regis killed me. You should rank the quests in a video 1 to 9. I did that before the expansion of what I thought they'd be. Got it all wrong. As far as after the expansion, I might try that again. We'll see. So some people think that stuff's a little bit repetitive, so I don't want to be too repetitive, certainly. Regis Gilman, what about a Rogue Nazoth Death Rattle deck with a Shadowcaster and Shadow Step before Decksperiment? Yeah, I like that idea a lot. I think I've maybe done it before. If not, I've certainly built that deck on my own and played around with it. You can even do stuff too with what's the guy's name? The little bug guy, the 4-mana guy? The legendary? I can't think of his name, but he gives you a bounce back card as well. Like, there's some cool things you can do with that for sure. Do I want to Wrath that for card draw, or just Wrath that, or not Wrath it at all, or just trade Hero Power? Like, do I want to Wrath it and keep my Enchanted Raven alive? I can play the Sun Fury on 3. I can Hero Power on 3. I think I'm just going to keep my Raven alive for future trades. I think we're about to see a token here. And it's going to be just as important. I don't think card draw is going to be as important as killing his board is going to be important. So, yeah, I think that was the right call, it looks like. I'm gonna need a turn 4 play. A Wrath would be good, a Wild Growth would be fine, Mark would be great. Take another Raven. I know the taunt is very irrelevant, but I just want to develop the minion mostly, right? He's not gonna want to hero power this. He's gonna feel real bad if he does. He'll probably trade, play another 2-drop or Mark. Mark's pretty good. Like to get my own Mark. I'd use it on this just to trade. Enchanted Raven's not the worst. This lives, which sucks, but you know, I think going wider is scarier than going taller with Token Druid. Like, he went tall on that minion instead of going wide. And I can deal more with tall stuff than I can wide stuff in my deck, so I think I like that, okay. Oh, how good is stupid patches in Token? It's stupidly good. That's how good. I'll tell you how good. Stupid good. Need this to get like Divine Shield or +3 health or something. Stealth is debatable because I got that Menagerie Warden, right? Like, Divine Shield, he's still going to want to kill it with Hero Power trade, I think. Just going to stealth it. I think I've got enough health that I can take a little bit of time. He's got 4 cards in hand. Living Mana blows me out. Yeah. Ugh.
Join the path.
Could have went for a value trade, but that thing just trades right back into another 5-drop, so it doesn't really do anything. Is he gonna trade? I would just go face. It's got 12 damage. I'm at 23. I don't have spell damage in this deck, so swipe is never gonna kill it. I don't have double swipe, so I don't know if I can ever catch up here. Living Mana is so good, and I thought it was gonna be so bad. I think I got a high roll of taunt health here. Divine Shield taunt? No, man. It's useless, absolutely useless now. See, his 9 damage showing. We're probably dead to any buff. Savage Roar obviously kills me. Really desperately needed this to be taunt. Regis, tell us the secret. How do you stay so calm and happy all the time? I don't know if I do all the time, but just, I got a good life. I'm blessed. I'm lucky, man. Not just in cards, but in life. Like, not to rub it in, but just, life's great, so I'm a happy guy. I think all of us should try to find the things in life that make us happy, too. Is he one-off lethal for real? Can I stabilize here? Is it possible? If this was taunt, I could, for sure. Theoretically keeps me alive, but I'm sure he has mana for something. Does this do just as much as swipe? It does. It does do just as much as swipe. So I might want to save the swipe, because the swipe kills this. It doesn't matter that it pings these. I think I'll just play this. Trade, trade. I can't believe he didn't draw a taunt. Like, a taunt would have maybe kept me alive. I think we're just dead, though, now. I mean, he's got 2 damage. He needs 1 damage. Any buff, any damage, any charge. He had that last turn. He just straight up missed lethal last turn. Right? He had 4... Yeah, he just missed lethal. No, he didn't have the mana, I guess. I guess he didn't have the mana. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Never mind, never mind. Never mind, he's good. He's good. Didn't have the mana. Living mana. Glenn Leo says, hey Regis, just got off a pretty crummy day at work. Glad to be home eating some food and watching the stream. Thanks for streaming. Oh, thanks, dude. Sorry about the crummy day. Hopefully the night goes a little bit better.
The light shall bring victory. I must protect the light.
God dang it. Oh, these Regis memes. We're going to have to make like a... somehow honor them. I don't know how. It's great stuff though, Fart. I love it, dude. What gives with a positivity guy? Yeah, I know, right? This is Hearthstone. Don't be positive. I have patches. What decks can I play? Says Tequila Potato. You can just let yourself ride out, good sir. No, I mean, obviously, Token Druid's a great deck for patches. Pirate Warrior is a fantastic deck for patches. Quest Rogue's a good deck for patches. You can find a lot of places for patches. That's why he's still one of the best cards to craft, honestly. Apple136 says, finally caught a stream. First time it's not during my practice. Cool, dude. Welcome. Glad you can make it. What does tall and wide mean, Regis? So wide means multiple minions across the board. Tall means one minion that's really highly statted. So Mark of Yasharaj made that minion taller. It made it bigger. It didn't spread many minions across the board, right? The stats got taller. There weren't more across the side of the board. Hope that makes sense. I think I might just... I know Mark on this doesn't give me card draw, but it kills this Radiant Elemental, which is a very valuable minion for him to have. So I think I might just Mark trade and then actually just Wrath for card draw on the Talon Priest. It's not a super exciting play, but I think it's a good play. Yeah, but he can just heal it up, though, and then it's like, maybe I'm better off just playing the Raven. Could Potion of Madness it, but I don't think it's particularly valuable at this point. I hate changing my line halfway through, though. If he does heal, it just goes back up to 1 after he trades. Actually, it'd still die, because this is going to go up to 5, isn't it? Never mind, never mind. This is fine, this is fine. I just want the card draw. Even if he heals it, it's dead, so... We can just long neck on 5, maybe swipe Raven if it lines up somehow nicely.
Is someone injured?
Hey Regis, what do you do for work as I'm nearing that time in life where you settle on a job and do it for the rest of your life? Any tips? That's a good question. I don't mind giving general advice out there, by the way, guys, in the world. I think that's a fun thing to do. I'm older than a lot of my viewers, so maybe I can give a little bit of life experience. I work in marketing. I'm a director of marketing for a software development company. It's pretty awesome. It's not necessarily the most stable / predictable job, though, to like sign up for. Like getting a marketing degree and like going through that stuff is not really the path I took, and not always a good path. It's really hard to accelerate in that sort of environment. I was more homegrown, just doing stuff online and building some value and essentially some portfolios and stuff that I was able to leverage into actual jobs. So I took a pretty non-traditional route as far as that's concerned. So I don't know that I can give tons of advice on the traditional route there. But, you know, I think careers that are more technical, that are more education required, so like engineering, probably computer science to some degree, jobs that are not going to be easily replaced by automation and robots are good things to get into. So I don't have great examples off the top of my head, but for instance, like being a driver right now is probably not the most secure job in the world because self-driving cars are going to be a thing fairly soon, right? So you may not want to take that path. But you know, it's all about like finding something that you enjoy and you think is going to be fun for you for the rest of your life. I've talked too much and I have not thought about good plays here, so I'm sure this is a bad play for some reason, but yeah, it's definitely Potion of Madness bait, that's for sure. But I don't know what else to do. Our hand's a tad awkward. I hope we get something that Anaconda makes Anaconda good. We'll see. How much longer are you streaming? About 5 minutes. In fact, this might have to be my last game if it runs long. I usually like to warn you guys, but I didn't realize it was getting so late. So this is probably my last game. How about healthcare and entertainment? I don't know if you mean together. Those don't seem to go together. Healthcare, really up in the air lately. I don't know. I think the U.S. is probably in line for some major healthcare shifts, regardless of politics or president or anything like that. I think it's pretty clear the United States healthcare system is faulty at a core level. So I don't know. I think a move to universal healthcare, or at least some very major changes, is inevitable. So I don't know that I'd want to be in the private healthcare industry right now. But again, I'm not an expert in that field, so that's just my perception. Take that with a grain of salt, please. But entertainment is also kind of a flaky thing, right? Guys, this hand is just hot garbage. It's just hot, wet, stinky, ugly garbage. Absolutely terrible. And this guy runs Midnight Drake in his deck, apparently. No, he doesn't. Created by Netherspike Historian. Never mind. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't... I was kind of hoping, oh, I shouldn't kill that in case I can't kill what comes out of it. Because, you know, that was my line of thought. Like, he'll just let it sit there. This is so bad. I guess we'll try again. The 7 mana 5/3s are great, guys. It's me, Fart. I changed my name, but I forgot to capitalize the letters. Oh no, dude. At least we'll be able to match you up with Twitter now, though. Now your name's the Mother Potato. Alright, I gotta remember that. Also a good name, but I don't know if it's quite as good as, Oh, so see, you took the bait this time. But it didn't help at all. Come on, give me a 5-drop. Okay. I'd honestly rather just play this one, though, to tell you the truth, because the battle cry. But at least I know I can get the stats out. Like, I can do something. Okay, that's actually a really important card to get. I'll show you why in a second. Oh, anyway. Because it allows me to do that, basically. Pretty important card to get at the end of the day. Saved me a lot of health. We still are in a bad spot, because he has 6 cards in hand, and we have 1 bad card in hand. And we're very low health. That's a cool card. I sure wish we had one of those. I can't play Ultrasaur, I'm straight up dead, so I have to make this really bad play. Of course I want to play Ultrasaur, but Shadow Word Death kills me, Dragonfire Potion kills me, Potion of Madness Holy Nova kills me. Off the top. What a way to end the stream. Dead to our own Tyrantus. What a way to end the stream. Not sure who asked about career advice, but I hear Volcano Insurance Salesman is good. Not in this stream, because... Well, actually, it would be good, because I never popped the Volcano. So you'd sell a lot of insurance, but you'd never have to pay up on the policies. So that would be great. Alright, guys. So like I said, I think that's going to wrap it up for me in the Ramp Beast Druid. I mean, it didn't feel terrible, but honestly, Giant Anaconda felt pretty bad. Menagerie Warden felt pretty bad. Because they felt too conditional. A lot of times we like top decked them, they didn't do enough, didn't have a big enough impact. I still don't really think we had enough taunts in the deck, surprisingly. Like, you know, a couple times it worked with Tyrantus taunt, but not really. So maybe like cutting Mark of Yashiraj actually for Mark of the Wild would be a good change. Because even though it's a beast synergy card, we ended up using it a lot just as a stat buff and not a beast card. So that could give you like another way to activate these minions for taunt. Beyond that, I don't know, there's probably other changes to be made. I might not even run Menagerie Warden at all, frankly, even though it's a beast deck. You just kind of use good beasts. I know that cuts out the only 2 beast synergy cards. Then you start asking the question, well, why not just run other better minions? And that might be where you fall. That might be why Ramp Druid's a really good deck and not Ramp Beast Druid. So although we tried, I just don't know that it was there. Maybe there's a beast mid-range deck, token, aggro, beast. I don't know. I just don't think this list is it. It wasn't terrible. It just didn't do enough to really substantiate the reason for its existence. So I think a bit of a failure in that regard as far as the deck is concerned. But like I said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me today. It's been a pretty good long stream. I've had a lot of fun, a lot of great comments. You guys have been awesome. I see TSH Murray just popped in the stream, which I haven't seen in a while. It's good to see your name again. And yeah, we definitely got Moobot while you were gone. So have fun with the Moobot commands here on Twitch. You can see under the stream they're all listed except for one secret command that some people certainly discovered today, and it might just be a card that's at the bottom of this deck list, so I don't think you'll have too much trouble finding it in the very near future. It is, in fact, over already, TSH. I'm so sorry. I've been able to stream a little bit earlier in the day this week, and maybe next week, but not for long. But there will certainly be some night streams, perhaps, that line up a little bit better with your schedule. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry if I missed some comments. I'm sure I did. I wasn't anything personal. I'll try to get to you next time. But you're always welcome to send me some stuff on Twitter if you got some cool decks you want to share or some cool ideas. You can also just hit me up on YouTube as well. Send messages on Twitch, whatever it might be. I'm happy to talk. But again, thanks, guys, for the fantastic stream. It's all appreciated. Much love. And until next time, game on.